Welcome into Compton, California on a Friday evening / afternoon, whatever you want to call it. I'm Jordan Brenner, joined by Zach Engberg today for the Conejo Oaks and Academy Barons. And there we see the first pitch being thrown out by Vincent Cherry, a member of the MLB Youth Academy here in Compton. Zach, this is a big game for the Conejo Oaks. Yesterday's game did not go officially down in the books, but they're down by 4 runs in the ninth inning. That's a likely loss for the Conejo Oaks, but that game's suspended due to darkness. Today, a new day. They're going up against the 7-7 Academy Barons, a 6-7 record, and this is a team that the Oaks have become more and more familiar with as the summer has progressed. And one thing that stood out to me about this team is their raw athleticism and their ability to put hits together. They're not going to hit for a ton of power, only 2 total home runs this summer, but they are going to plug the gaps on you, and they're going to take the extra bag. How do the Conejo Oaks combat that strategy?
Well, we've talked about it, and I've talked to players, and specifically the issue with this team, with the Oaks, is it's always one inning, and it's an inning where the pitching will just miss the zone. They'll start throwing balls, or they'll start throwing things, fastballs, right down the middle that are easy for hitters to take advantage of. And then defensively, at the same time as the pitching will falter, they will commit errors. We saw yesterday 4 errors, and we saw, even in the last inning, Alex Briggs with a play at third base that he should have made, and then Trent McKinney in the outfield missing a play that he should have made. Now, whether that was influenced by the lights or not, we may never know. But you combine that with Matthew Strother, Bailey Holbrook, whoever it is, John Vergara missing the zone, missing pitches, leaving things up, dead red, easy pitches for the hitters to take advantage of. And we've seen the Barons, Kyle Freeman's had big games, Basil Williams has had big games against the Oaks pitching staff. It's cleaning up those little mistakes, making sure they don't have those mistake innings. And if they can do that, they're good about 85% of games, and then that 15% they're bad, and that's been the bane of their existence this season.
We'll see if the Oaks can get the job done in that one inning that you mentioned today. So far this season, the Oaks and Barons have matched up 4 different times, and they are 2-2 against each other. 2 pretty evenly matched teams, a beautiful ballpark, and nothing better than being here on a Friday afternoon. Noel Soto gets the nod for the Academy Barons today, and he is a member of Long Beach City College. And the first pitch is outside to Justin Ammons, the leadoff hitter. Ammons, .294 this summer, 5 singles, 5 doubles, swings and grounds one to second, where Trent Anderson tries to get it with a backhand, and he can't. A leadoff single for Justin Ammons, and the Oaks are in business here in the top of the first. They call him Ammo for all of the skills he has, and he showcased one of those right there, his speed and also his ability to get solid contact on a consistent basis. A dangerous base stealer on first base. This summer, Justin Ammons, 1 for 2, but he stole 20-plus in the SEC this past year at Tennessee. First pitch, high and inside to Will Pickett, who's hitting .231 on the summer. Noel Soto in 12 appearances and 3 starts at Long Beach City College this past year, a 4.91 ERA in 33 innings pitched. Struck out 33 and a throw over. Ammons back in head first sliding. Noel Soto has been one of the most active pitchers this summer for the Academy Barons. And the pitch to Pickett is called a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. 12 innings this summer for Soto, an ERA of 4.50, 14 strikeouts to 7 walks, a very good percentage. Though the walk total a little bit higher than where he wants it to be. Ammons a big lead off of first. And a throw over back in just ahead of the tag. Still 1-1. After Pickett's will be Nico Lima, the first baseman, then Jacob Castro, Gabe Baldovino, and Raul Sandoval. Ramon Gomez back in the lineup today, hitting 7th. Zach Kamenko at catcher as the next pitch misses low. 2 balls and a strike. And Aaron Suval, Oaks' new left fielder, making his Conejo Oaks debut and playing left field, batting 9th. Eric Ma gets the nod for the Conejo Oaks. The Barons field after this pitch. Soto collects. And a fastball is low and inside. 3 balls and a strike to Will Pickens. Sean Blandino plays left field. The Toolsy Basil Williams Jr.'s in center. Kendall Pennis in right field. Kyle Freeman and Trent Anderson, first base and second base. Logan Pollock and Channy Ortiz, left side of the infield, with Pollock at third and Ortiz at short. The 3-1 pitch. Ammons goes. The throw low. Tag applied, and he's out. Not the best throw from Jacob Shanks, the catcher, but an impressive tag by Trent Anderson on the short hop. And Ammons is now 1 for 3 stealing bags this summer.
That was a fantastic play defensively. Great tag applied. Ammons just a little bit behind, but that's all it takes, just being a little bit behind.
Payoff pitch coming to Picketts. Soto shakes off Shanks. Now he agrees. And he gears back and fires the pitch. Outside and low, and he's walked Will Picketts. His first base on balls given up today. And he's let the first 2 hitters reach base. And here comes Nico Lima. And boy, has he had a big summer. Though the stats are unofficial for him yesterday, Nico hit his 2nd home run of the season to the opposite field, around 370 feet down the right field line. Also had a double, a 2-run double in the 7th inning. Lima takes a strike.
4 RBIs, it's a big number. And as you mentioned, because of the suspended game yesterday, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but he is the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, and you see he's hitting 3rd.
333 officially this summer. Pickett's a big lead and has to hustle back as Soto throws over to Freeman. Freeman playing first, Trent Anderson second, as I mentioned. Ortiz Pollock at third. And short, Jacob Shanks, the catcher. Noel Soto doing the pitching. 0-1 to Lima. Breaking ball. And a chopped off swing and a miss. 0-2. Nico Lima, we learned today, played football at San Jose State. Swinging a drive out to center field, going to drop before Basil Williams for a clean single. And Lima is 1 for 1, picking up where he left off yesterday. Another screamer off of his bat. We've come to expect nothing less than that. And Jacob Castro, the 4-hole hitter, hits for Conejo. His average has steadily been rising since joining the Oaks a little bit late. Though he's quickly caught up in at-bats. He has 47 of those and 53 plate appearances. 277 with 13 hits, 11 singles, 2 doubles. Still waiting for that first big fly of the summer. Soto offers a fastball outside, 1-0. Jacob Castro has been in the lineup almost every single day. He's switching off between first DH and spot start here and there at catcher, which is where he plays at UC Irvine. 1-0. Pickett's on second, Lima on first, and Soto, keeping Pickett's close at second, steps off the rubber momentarily. 6 o'clock start here in Compton, but still a bright blue sky and only a few clouds out here. Gorgeous day. And the 1-0. Castro rips one down the right field line, and it's called foul just outside the bag. That one looked fair, and Castro puts his hands up in disbelief. Instead of a double, that's going to be a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
And we've seen with Nico Lima's speed, there's no doubt he would have had at least a chance to score on that. Maybe put 2 runs on the board, but instead it's a 1-1 count.
I'm surprised we're not seeing Coach Solis out of the dugout after that one. Looked like the ump's head was turned just in self-defense of the baseball coming right at him.
Maybe saving his energy for a fight later on.
Perhaps. On ball, one strike with a couple on and an out. Pitch is lined into center field, a single. Williams charges. Rounding third, coming home is Pickett. The throw is going to go to third, where Lima slides in safely. Pickett's across to score, and the Oaks are on the board with an RBI single from Jacob Castro. And for Castro, that is his 9th RBI of the summer. Runners on the corners with only an out. And the Oaks have struck first in this one.
You take away that Ammon's being caught stealing at second, and this has been almost a perfect inning, a perfect start for the Conejo Oaks, still with runners on the corners.
It's already 3 hits in the inning. Only a run across. Breaking ball in for a strike to Gabe Baldovino. And it's interesting, we haven't seen Gabe Baldovino hit in this part of the order in a while, but Coach Solis noticing what the right-handed infielder's been able to do this summer. 265 and a team-high 14 walks. Hits a fastball in the right field, and that'll score Lima from third. Castro caught between second and third, slides back in at second safely. 2 straight RBI base hits, and Gabe Baldovino checks in with RBI number 7 on the summer. It's the Oaks 2 and the Barons nothing.
And the move here by Coach Solis, putting Gabe Baldovino up in the order, pays off. Big hit right there. They are pouncing on Noel Soto early in the count, late in the count. They're all over. They're all over Soto today.
Gabe Baldovino just keeps swinging a hot bat. And the move by Coach Solis to put him in an RBI spot works off almost immediately. And here's Raul Sandoval. Sandoval broke an 0 for yesterday as he swings and chops the first one foul towards the Barons dugout. He broke the 0 for after going a number of games without a hit in the 8th inning with a single to left field.
You know, going back to Baldovino, the thing that impresses me the most is 14 walks and only 9 strikeouts. You rarely ever see a guy that walks more than he strikes out. And you look at Sandoval, 6 walks, 24 strikeouts. He's kind of on the flip end of that.
2 on, and the 0-1 pitch is a curveball spiked in the dirt. 1-1. Yeah, Baldovino's so versatile. We talk about his defense all the time, but also leading this team in stolen bases with 8 and on base above 430. It's turned in a complete summer so far. 1-1 to Sandoval is a fastball low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Sandoval leads the team in strikeouts with 24 on the summer. It's 12 hits, 10 singles, a double, and 1 home run. 2 balls and a strike. Baldovino on first, Castro in scoring position at second. And the pitch comes in low again. 3 balls and a strike, and Noel Soto doesn't quite have that command yet. Trying to settle into this game, and, well, the Oaks have done what you're supposed to do. They've hit fastballs over at the middle of the plate and made him pay. 3-1. Outfield and infield shaded pretty straight away, except for Anderson shaded slightly left of second. That's to cover at second, where the throw goes on the pickoff attempt. But sliding back in safely is Jacob Castro.
You know, we were both a little bit shocked by the offense taking a step back last weekend in the 3-game set against the Blues, but it might have just been the dominant pitching staff because the last 2 games the offense has been humming along again like we came to expect.
A check of the runner at second in the 3-1 toss. Again outside, high on a fastball, 5-pitch walk. That is the second walk of the inning for Noel Soto. And the bases are loaded for Ramon Gomez, who we haven't seen in a while, Zach. A chance for him to immediately make an impact with his return to the lineup. So Castro to third, Baldovino to second, Sandoval on first. And here's a mound visit with Noel Soto, who is fixing what looks to be his right sock on the hill. This is exactly what the Oaks needed in this game, Zach, after another gut punch type of game yesterday against the Riptide, a game that the Oaks played well in really for 7 or 8 innings and then let it go. it's good to turn the page and get on top early.
It's always nice. We talk about this with pitchers. When they make a mistake early, coming back, having the mental toughness to improve and to recover, and this offense is doing the same today so far. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. No hitter has been retired. Ammons was caught stealing, but every hitter has reached base against Noel Soto. A great start to this game.
Gomez plants himself in the back of the box with a pretty straightaway stance, maybe slightly open. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Gomez was an everyday guy towards the start of the summer. He's hitting 184 with 7 hits, 5 singles, a double, and a home run. He's driven in 4, struck out 13 times, and has walked 4 times. Bases loaded. Soto gets his sign from Jacob Shanks. The righty collects at the chest and offers a breaking ball. Check swing. Yes, he did go around, says the home plate umpire. No balls, 2 strikes to Gomez. All right, MLB Youth Academy, one of the pristine fields here in the CCL. You walk on the grass and it just feels different than that of Sparky Anderson. And the 0-2, another breaking ball, chopped to third. Pollock tags third. He throws across his body to first, and Freeman caught it, but he was ruled off the bag. So that'll be an unassisted ground out to 5. That drives in Jacob Castro for the Oaks' 3rd run of the inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs now in the inning for Zach Kamenko. 3-0 Caneo.
That's a case right there of running hard out of the box. Gomez, you saw, not a well-hit ball, but he was speedy enough getting to first. The mistake on the throw by Pollock a little bit low, and scores a run.
And here's Zach Kamenko. He joined us on the broadcast yesterday. He's turning in a solid summer, hitting .250 with 6 hits, 4 singles, and 2 doubles. Kamenko takes a heater, enter half for a strike, and a good pitch from Soto. The 0-1. Breaking ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's interesting, Noel Soto. I mean, he played against a lot of these Oaks hitters throughout the season at Long Beach City College. And the 1-1. Soto gets his sign, now comes together, gears back and fires, but first turns and looks back. Sandoval on second. Most of his season was in the non-conference. Breaking ball to Kamenko is in there for a strike, 1 and 2. Back on May 4th against Ventura College, school where a lot of Oaks go to, he turned in 4 1/3 scoreless innings, only gave up 3 hits. Kamenko calls time. Make sure he's all ready for the 1-2 pitch. Also pitched at Compton once this year, and the 1-2 skied right side. First baseman Freeman in foul territory watches it fly towards the locker room facility. MLB Youth Academy, the first of its kind across the United States since its inception. Many have propped up across the nation. Washington, D.C., New York, they're all over the place. This place set the standard. 1-2 to Kamenko. Sandoval on second, Gomez on first. With 2 outs, the 1-2, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 12-6 started above the zone, and Kamenko can't get it. But not before the Oaks strike for 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave a couple on base. A good start to this ball game. It's the Oaks 3, the Barons nothing, as we head to the bottom of the first inning from MLB Youth Academy. Back in a second on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Eric Ma on the hill for the Conejo Oaks today, making his first start of the summer against the Academy Barons. Eric Ma's turned in a solid summer with 3 starts, 14 2/3 innings, and ERA just below 5 at 4.90. He's given up 15 hits. He struck out 5 batters compared to 4 walks, and he starts off the leadoff hitter, Trent Anderson, with a fastball high and outside. Eric Ma sits lower 80s with the fastball. He can get mid-80s when he gears back, but he's known for his off-speed. Fastball hit high in the air to deep right field. Sandoval turns back, leaps up, and takes away a home run. Raul Sandoval. What a play in right field, and there's one gone in the bottom of the first inning.
You know, I don't know if that would have been a home run, but at the very least a double off the top of the wall. What a fantastic play. Jump and play in right. And this is why, even with 24 strikeouts, a high strikeout mark, Coach Slees keeps him in because defensively he is a monster. He is standard. He has all the skills defensively. We saw him right there.
That one earns a star in the scorebook and a first pitch strike to Basil Williams, the center fielder. Talking about good defensive outfielders, here's one right at the plate right now. Also one of the more productive hitters in this lineup. 0-1 is outside, a ball and a strike. Basil Williams hitting .309 this summer with 14 singles, a double, and a triple. Next pitch is off speed from Eric Ma. There's the splitter. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Raul Sandoval's in right field. Justin Ammons in center. Aaron Suval, the left fielder for Conejo today. Pickett's at the hot corner. And a 1-2 pitch is off speed and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gabe Baldovino manning shortstop. Ramon Gomez back in the lineup playing second. Nico Lima at first. Zach Kamenko calling the game from behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is outside and the count's full to Basil Williams Jr., the center fielder. Full count now. Ma's pitch is in the dirt. Lost him on a splitter away, and he gives up a walk to Williams.
Now batting shortstop number 7, Channy Ortiz.
First walk of the game for Eric Ma, who is out of Whitman College. And next up is Channy Ortiz, the shortstop, hitting third for this team. He's turned in a .333 average so far this summer. He's third on the team in RBIs. He has 16 hits, 12 singles, 4 doubles. Ground ball to first. Lima goes to second for one. The relay back to first is thrown away, but still in play. Nice backup by Gomez, the second baseman. So the Oaks go 3-6 on the ground ball. Fielder's choice, and they get a productive out. The second of the inning. And here's Kyle Freeman. We've seen Freeman unload on a fastball so far this season. Lefty's hitting .379. And he chops the first one he sees foul. That was actually his only home run of the season. He's putting up quite the stat line. He's only played in 7 games, but he's hitting .379, 6 singles, 4 doubles, and a home run. 13 RBIs, too, which is good for the team lead. Runner on first. Freeman checks his swing, and no, he does not go. And it's a 1-1 count to Freeman, the 4-hole hitter. Ortiz on first. And the next pitch for Ma is outside. Eric Ma. Seen him twice against the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's a guy that eases his way into starts. So a clean first inning would be a great sign. Elevates on a fastball. The 2-1 count. It's fouled back behind home. Zach Kamenko runs out of room as he approaches the netting behind home, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Already 3-0 Caneo. It's only the bottom of the first inning. Oaks turned in a 3-run, 4-hit first inning. Big hits from Ammons, Lima Castro, and Gabe Baldovino going the other way. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a runner on first with 2 outs. Eric Ma gets his sign. The righty takes a deep breath and offers the pitch. Elevated fastball. Did he go? The appeal? Yes, he did break his wrist. And Eric Ma gets his first strikeout of the evening. Faces 4 batters in the bottom of the first inning and gives up no runs on no hits, no errors. Strands a runner aboard. Through 1 full, it's the Oaks 3, the Barons nothing on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Number 25, Aaron Suval.
Aaron Suval makes his Caneo Oaks debut. The left fielder who wears number 25 steps in against Noel Soto, who gave up 3 runs on 4 hits in his first inning of work. First look at Suval. Takes a breaking ball high, has a slightly open stance, a big swing. Looking forward to learning a little bit more about him. Next pitch, low, 2 balls, no strikes to Suval. Out of Agoura, California. And rips one on the ground to the left side foul. 2 balls and a strike. He was named the Coastal Canyon League Baseball MVP. Reported by the LA Daily News. Swings and drives one deep to left field. And right at Sean Blandino. But a quick swing, quick hands to get to that high and inside fastball. A fly up to left field. And there's one gone here in the second. And the Oaks lineup turns back over to Justin Ammons at the top. This is Noel Soto's second appearance against the Conejo Oaks this summer. We saw him in what was a wild second game that these two teams played back on the 15th of June. In that game, Soto went 2 innings, gave 2 hits and a run, struck out 3 batters, no walks. Oaks a little better against him this second time around as Ammons takes a fastball that leaks way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Look back at that game. That was one of the crazier finishes we've seen, Zach.
And we've seen some crazy finishes.
Indeed. Ammons lays down a bunt, but it's well foul off the end of the bat. A ball and a strike. Peyton Ebel got the win for Conejo in that game. It's the last pitcher who threw. He threw a scoreless top of the 9th. The Oaks were trailing 7-5 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. That's when they scored 3 runs to take the game, 8-7. The 1-1 pitch. Ammo takes a changeup outside. In that game, the Oaks had no business winning. They stranded 11 runners on base. They committed 3 errors. And the 2-1 is fouled off. But hey, sometimes that's how it works. Got it done with a massive 9th inning.
That's been their formula, right? Get up early, fall behind, crawl back in the 9th.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ammons leans back. He's at the front part of the zone, and the 2-2 is a breaking ball that he hits in the air to deep left field. Going back is Blandino. Few steps shy of the track. He hauls it in for the second out of the inning. 2 straight flyouts to left field, and here comes Will Picketts with 2 outs and the base is empty. That was the game. Alexander Briggs hit the walk-off with 2 outs in the inning and the bases loaded. Scored Tyler Odekirk from third base. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Oh, on to Picketts. Picketts walked and scored last inning. Soto's 0-1 delivery bounces in the dirt. And the ball ski balls up above the netting behind home. A ball and a strike. Nico Lima kindly gets it. Goes to get it. And the count's 1-1 to Picketts. Will is nabbed on the elbow, and the umpire is going to say he leaned into that one.
And here comes Coach
And now
Solis.
it's a ball called 2-1. It seemed like maybe he leaked his elbow over the plate, but a tough call to make on a pitch that was far from being a strike.
And it looked like he did the classic turn away. And Coach Solis obviously coming out to chat with him. Gives the ump a pat on the shoulder. Looks like it's going to be a ball 2-1.
Yeah, well, Picketts wasn't afraid to take it. He has padding right there on his left elbow. Quick conversation from Coach Solis. That's how you know it's the right call. So 2-1 with the bases empty for Picketts. Now he has a chance to do some damage with the stick instead of his arm. The pitch takes a fastball high. 3 balls and a strike. Yesterday, Will Pickett's hit 2 singles his first 2 times up in the first and third, 1 to left field and 1 to center field. Struck out looking in the 5th and flew out to right field in the 7th. The 3-1 delivery. There's a curveball in there, and one of the better pitches we've seen from Noel Soto. Got his release point down on that one. Very balanced pitch to fill up the count. Plenty of shadows on the left side of the field. And the payoff pitch is a breaking ball low, and Pickett's lunges at it. Hits it pretty hard, foul down the left field line. First of 3 road games today for the Conejo Oaks. Today in Compton, tomorrow in Pasadena. Sunday, Oaks finish off a 6-game in 6-day stretch in San Luis Obispo. And the 3-2 to Pickett's. Fastball that he hits high in the air to right center field. Pettis on the run. In the gap, he cuts it off and makes the catch for the 3rd and final out. So Soto, after giving up 3 runs in the first inning, settles down and gets 3 flyouts for the Oaks in order. And the Oaks lead 3-0 through 1.5. Home half when we return on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Baseman number 25, Logan Pollock.
Back for the bottom of the 2nd inning, and the Michigan Wolverine, Logan Pollock, who plays 3rd, leads off. Pollock's gotten off to a quick summer. Really good hitter for this team. And he steps in. Pollock's hitting .333 this summer. Swings and is popped up out to second base, where Ramon Gomez is easily able to make that play. A jam shot and a good pitch from Eric Ma to lead off the 2nd inning. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Number 5, Christian Lucio.
Christian Lucio, who is actually one of the 2 Barons with a home run, comes in for his first bats of the game. Ma's first pitch is a heater for a strike. Lucio actually got that home run yesterday, part of the Saints' 10-6 win over the Barons. And the 0-1 to Lucio. What a pitch from Eric Ma. There's that split action that ends up on the inside corner, framed beautifully by Zach Kamenko. And the Whitman College participant is ahead in the count, 0-2. Backdoor. Got him looking. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3-pitch, see you later. Second strikeout for Eric Ma. And Kendall Pettis is next.
You see Eric Ma when he gets going, he's quick. Gets the breaking ball going. He gets tough to hit.
Pettis in right field today takes First pitch that drops down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric Ma just retired a hitter off of his best game of the season on 3 pitches. Lucio went 2 for 3 yesterday, drove in 4. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Pettis disagrees, but the count's evened up at 1. Pettis is hitting .290 this season. Fastball from Eric Ma. Blown away, 2-1. He has 7 singles on the season. Pettis does. The next pitch high for Ma, and he's behind 3-1 to the righty. Appreciate you joining us on a Friday evening. Perfect day for baseball. Oaks off to a quick start, and the 3-1 delivery. Ground ball left side. Diving attempt by both Pickett and Baldovino, but somehow it gets by both of them and into left field for the first hit for the Academy today. Kendall Pettis checks in with a roller through the 5-6 hole and is on first base with 2 away.
Number 10, Jacob Shanks.
Jacob Shanks, the catcher, next. Not the everyday catcher for this team. That role is for Matthew Elizalde. But Shanks gets a start today. This is his 4th game played this summer. So far, he's 1 for 10 with a run scored. His lone hit was a single. Runner goes from first. Kamiko quickly pops up, throws to second. The throw's a bit wide. It was on time, but sliding in underneath the tag is Pettis with a stolen base. And for Kendall Pettis, that's his 4th stolen base of the season in 5 tries. So runner in scoring position for the Academy, trying to check in with a 2-out rally. The 1-0 pitch, elevated heater, skimmed in the air, high and foul to the right. A ball and a strike.
This is what the Barons are great at doing. They're great at 2-out rallies. They're great at, as you've mentioned before, stringing hits together. They'll get a base hit, just barely squeaks through the third baseman and the shortstop. They'll steal a base. They'll get another base hit that maybe drops it in the outfield, and all of a sudden they've scored a run or two.
1-1. Pettis off second. Ma checks there, and the righty deals. Hit hard on the ground to the left, but well foul. 1-2. Eric Ma, not a strikeout guy, but he's someone who I would argue is as precise with his fastball as the Oaks have. Such an intelligent pitcher. He mixes up his speeds with the best of them. And his location as the 1-2 is offered and chopped to third. Pickett's charges, has to hurry. The sidearm fire to first, and he gets Shanks by a step to retire the side. No runs on a hit, no errors. A runner left through 2 full to the Oaks 3 and the Barons nothing. Stay with us for the 3rd inning on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network, Nico Lima leads off the third for Caneo, single to center in the first inning for an RBI, and later scored a run. And Lima swings and attacks the first pitch, scorches one down the left field side, foul. That's what we've noticed from Nico Lima. Whereas he was pretty patient to start off the season, he's been in attack mode, realizing how well he's swinging the bat. As soon as he sees something he can drive, he pounces on it. And the 0-1. This time he lays off a curveball that he struggled with in the first inning, and it's 1-1.
And you like to see that from a guy like Lima who has so much pop, so much power in his bat, recognizing his opportunities, especially you get a first pitch fastball, he knows he can hit.
Noah Soto offers a fastball that trickles to the inside corner, and Lima just fights it off, 1-2. A deep breath from Soto out for his third inning, and the 1-2 pitch is low to the free swinger. Every year, Major League Baseball has a breakthrough series as Lima taps that one foul, stays alive on a tough off-speeder low. Just last week, the breakthrough series was right here in Compton, California. It was held right here at MLB Youth Academy. Two balls, two strikes to Lima. Digs in towards the right side of the right-hander's box. Waits for the 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Fastball, scorched to dead center field, forcing Williams Jr. back in. It gets over his head, rolls all the way to the wall. Lima's got speed. He's around second, looking for three, and he slides in head first with his third triple of the season. 2 for 2 for Nico Lima. Runner on third for Caneo, looking to build on what is already a 3-0 lead.
Man, Nico Lima is on a run right now that is just incredible. Every time he swings the bat, he has potential to hit it any part of the field, any distance, single, double, triple, home run. We've seen it all from Nico Lima, and right there, he fooled Basil Williams Jr., who, as we've talked about, is a fantastic center fielder. Couldn't quite make the play. That thing was scorched off of Lima's bat.
Just a screamer over Williams Jr.'s head, and now Castro takes a first pitch ball. Castro connected with an RBI single in the first inning and scored thereafter. What a swing from Nico Lima on the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball low. A nice stop by Jacob Shanks. 2 balls, no strikes.
You see the football experience right there. You see the speed. You see the power. He's so explosive with everything that he does. It's incredible.
Not only is he the Oaks' most productive hitter this summer, he's also the second best base stealer. Hanging curveball that Castro just misses. Fouls it out of the ballpark to the left side. 2-2 to him. Baldovino's on deck. It's quite the 3-4-5 punch today with Lima, Castro, and Baldovino backing him up. Love this lineup from Coach Solis today. And the 2-1 home. Swing and a miss. Well-located fastball towards the outer part of the plate. Lima can't get it. And he's in a 2-2 count now. His job here is to get the ball in play, whether it's in the outfield through the air or in the infield on the ground. 2-2. Breaking ball on a nice take. That one just below the zone, and the count's filled up. UC Irvine catcher with his open stance. Soto gets his pitch. And the payoff. Swing and a high fly ball right center field. Williams Jr. and Pettis on the run. It's Junior who takes it. And coming in and scoring is Nico Lima on the sacrifice fly by Jacob Castro. It's the Conejo Oaks 4 and the Academy Barons nothing. Good start to today's game, Zach.
For Nico Lima, 2 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 runs. For Jacob Castro, 2 at-bats, 2 RBIs. That's the kind of production that you need from your 3-4 hitters right there. They've been delivering.
Baldovino checks his swing. No, he did not go on the curveball low and outside. 1-0 to him. Back to the Breakthrough Series. This year's version of the Academy Barons, as the 1-0 is low, has 22 members who, when they were back in high school, participated in a Breakthrough Series. A 2-0. Ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Baldovino 2 for 2. And the 3, 4, and 5 hitters are on some type of roll today. How about 5 for 6 with a sac fly?
Now batting right fielder number 4, Raul Sandoval.
And now some speed on first for the Oaks. Their best base stealer on base. Baldovino has 8 stolen bases. He hasn't been caught yet this summer. And Soto throws over to check on him. New hitter for the Oaks is Raul Sandoval. He walked in the first inning. Another throw over. Baldovino is leaning, but he still hustles back to the bag safely. Oaks hitters dealing with the shadows now. And the first pitch to Sandoval. Curve for a strike. So the Breakthrough Series features some of the best, most toolsy prospects in high school across the country. There's baseball, softball, girls baseball. 0-1 pitch, grounder left side, leaping stop Pollock. He falls to his feet, throws to second, where Baldovino beats the throw. That'll be a single for Raul Sandoval. 2 on and out for Ramon Gomez.
Now batting second baseman number 10, Ramon.
Tough play for Pollock. Had to leap up to just prevent that ball from going over his head and into left field. And when he tried to throw the ball, he lost his footing. Still delivered one on target, but not nearly in time.
That's where the speed comes into play from Gabe Baldovino.
Gomez checks his swing on a called strike on the curve. Gomez reached base in the first inning on an unassisted ground out to the third baseman, fielder's choice. 0-1. And a throw over to check on Baldovino. Anderson, the second baseman, covering. '26 former Academy Barons members of the Breakthrough Series, and every year they get some big names to come out. The 0-1 pitch. Gomez takes a high curveball, and Jacob Shanks threatens to throw back to first, where Sandoval had taken a big secondary lead. Jerry Manuel in attendance this past year. Darryl Strawberry. And the 1-1. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. I remember the morning of the Breakthrough Series, as I always do before coming to work for Oaks Baseball. I was watching MLB Network, and I saw Mike Scioscia on, and, well, he's the owner of the Conejo Oaks. Obviously, I kept the channel on and watched. He was right here at MLB Youth Academy. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scioscia made the trek out here. So involved in youth, amateur level baseball in the Southern California area. Ken Landreau, the Barons manager, was in attendance as well. Former Dodger and World Series champion. Small leads for both Baldovino and Sandoval. And a curveball to Gomez, skied out to right field. Kendall Pettis charges it, makes the catch, and nobody tags. Pettis' throw back in the infield hits the cutoff man, Channing Ortiz. 2 gone here in the third.
Now batting pitcher number 7, Zach Kamenko.
Zach Kamenko with 2 on and 2 outs. Looking to redeem himself after striking out swinging to end the 3-run first for the Oaks. Doing the catching for the Oaks today. Kamenko really working on being a better hitter this summer, hitting for more power.
Being more consistent.
Sure. And he has. 2 on and a curveball. Kamenko ahead of it, swings through it. 0-1. The breakthrough series, it had a virtual reality home run derby. That is so cool. The BET experience. A 1 pitch. Kamenko is dealt another curveball, and that drops in for a strike. Both Zach Kamenko and Ramon Gomez have been given their steady diet of curveballs today. It's clear that the Barons have mapped out exactly how to attack those 2 hitters, and so far it's worked. They're combined 0 for 3. 2 on. And the 0-2 pitch to Kamenko from Soto. Another curve, and he grounds one to third. Pollock races to the bag. Does he tap it in time? He does to end the inning. Unassisted ground out to third, and the Oaks are out here in the third. A run on 3 hits, no errors, and they strand a couple aboard. It's the Oaks 4 and the Barons nothing through 2.5. Home half of the third when we come back on the Conejo Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the third inning. And the Barons looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time in today's game. They trail Conejo 4-0. Right here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Eric Ma back on the hill. Starts off the new hitter, Sean Blandino, with a fastball. And Blandino checks his swing. It's called a strike on the outside corner. Eric Ma has been terrific so far today. 2 scoreless innings. He's given up a hit, and he struck out 2 batters. Pop up into foul territory. Pickett slides and is able to make the play on the left side in foul territory. He did not measure that ball correctly. He did not take the best route, but he makes the out nonetheless and turns the lineup over for the Barons by retiring the first out of the inning.
We've seen him make some spectacular plays on defense, and that just another notch.
Solid defender. as Trent Anderson's back in. Anderson swings at the first pitch, chops it back to Ma. He races to first and pitches it to Lima for out number 2. 1-3, 2 away. Anderson, before that grounder, had flown out to the deepest part of the yard in right field, where Raul Sandoval, I don't know if he robbed a home run, but he certainly robbed an extra base hit by leaping up and making a nice play up against the fence. Here's Basil Williams, who walked and was thrown out at second in the first inning. Swings through a lovely splitter from Eric Ma. Ma just going about his business as he always does. Perfect posture when he's on the hill, and the 0-1 delivered low. 1-1. Basil Williams undecided where he's going to go to school next year. And the 1-1 swung on a missed, a ball and 2 strikes. If my opinion mattered for anything, and believe me, it doesn't, Basil Williams would be a Division I player. Splitter, and it's a called strike 3. Eric Ma eliminating Basil Williams with his 3rd strikeout of the day, and he gets the Barons to go down in order. A perfect 3rd, and we're on to the 4th. Oaks 4, and the Barons nothing. Stick with us. We got plenty more baseball for you on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 4th inning from MLB Youth Academy. Here's Aaron Suval for his second Conejo Oaks at-bat with the Oaks on top 4-0. For play-by-play of the 4th, 5th, and 6th frames, here's my broadcasting partner, Zach Engberg.
Thank you, Jordan. Fantastic first 3 innings, and it was a great first 3 innings for the Oaks. Up 4-0, a 3 spot in the first.
It's more fun when they're on top, huh?
Absolutely, and a run in the 3rd. The first pitch from former Oak. David Appleby is in there. 0-1 count to Aaron Suval. Suval just graduated from Moore Park High School. A CSUN commit, California State Northridge. The 0-1 pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. You know what? Actually, I toured CSUN.
Did you?
I did, yeah. Good journalism program.
Good campus, too.
It was just too much of a commute school. 1-1 pitch from Appleby, fouled off by Suval. It's 1-2.
You know, former Oak from last year, Andrew Lucas, played his first season at CSUN this past year. Was the youngest member of the Conejo Oaks and was fresh out of high school, just like Aaron Suval, who's hitting.
The CSUN connection. The Matadors. 1-2 pitch from Appleby. In the dirt. And it's 2-2. Appleby this season, 7 innings pitched, a 2.57 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 hits allowed. And the 2-2 pitch, Suval takes low, and that's a full count.
I want to see him get on base, get a gauge of what tools he's working with.
Well, based on the stats from last year, 16 stolen bases from Moore Park High. He's got some wheels, and you're going to get a chance right here. Takes 3-2 high, up and in, and he struts to first.
And that's the scouting report on David Appleby. You're not going to swing until he proves he's on, because he has struggled in his past 2 seasons of summer ball. I can't speak for what he's done up in school. He's when he's on and he's throwing strikes, he's hard to hit. He's got good stuff, but a lot of the time he'll lose hitters in counts that he shouldn't be losing hitters in.
Justin Ammons back at the top of the order with a runner on yesterday. It's not going to show up in the stat book, but a big 2-run double down the right field line. He swings on that first one. It's a little bit low. Goes down to his knees, and he's 0-1 here to Appleby. Appleby has faced the Oaks twice this season. On June 16th, in what was a 9-5 Barons win, Appleby went a third of an inning, gave up 2 runs on a hit and 2 walks. So we've seen him struggle. But the day before, on the 15th, he actually went 2 innings, 2 hits and a run. So the Oaks have done a little bit of damage against Appleby this summer. Suval with a couple-step lead on first. He's leading over. 0-1 pitch to Ammons is in there on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. We'll see if Suval gets the green light here. His first appearance in the base paths all summer. Ammons reached base on a single in the first and was caught stealing.
See Cody Raymer with the stopwatch out, trying to get the timing on Appleby.
And Ammons with a laser to left field drops down. Suval at second, Ammons at first. Ammons 2 for 3 today. And the Oaks now runner on first, runner on second. A lot of speed on the base paths and still no outs for Will Pickett's.
And that's what separates Justin Ammons from a lot of CCL hitters. Not only does he have pull side pop, maybe not home run pop, but certainly gap pop. He can do that. A lot of hitters can do that. That's how you're trained to play baseball at this level. Justin Ammons is also able to massage one into left field like that with a little chopped off swing, little Roger Federer drop shot into left field. That was a beautiful swing by Justin Ammons, and the Oaks are in business here in the 4th.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff it takes to play 40, 50 games in the SEC facing off against the likes of Kumar Rocker. Guys like that almost every day. Will Pickett shows bunt. Bunts it down, but it's foul. Suval was rolling to third. Showed off the wheels a little bit right there.
It's rare you see Will Pickett's miss on a bunt. Best bunter in the CCL.
You've been touting that since before he stepped in the
came.
batter's box one time.
It's fun to watch.
Pickett's 0 for 1 today. Walked and scored in the first, part of that 3-run first. Scored on a single from Castro. This season, coming in today, hitting .231. Only 1 RBI, but Pickett's has a great opportunity right here to add to that total. Appleby delivers. He shows bunt again. That one is low. In the dirt. And it's 1-1. We've seen a lot of night games here. The MLB Youth Academy. Pickett shows bunt again, and he fouls it back. And it's still 1-2. You don't see him miss on a bunt often, and he's missed twice now this at-bat.
It's rare that you see that. You're right, Zach. And that one can be chalked up to a poor offer by Will Pickett. That's not one that he's going to say he should have offered at. That was at his ankles, and really tough to get good wood on that with a bunt attempt.
And we'll see if Pickett gets the green light to swing it freely right here. 1-2 count. He does, and he pops it up back. Jacob Shanks, Kyle Freeman trying to get a play on it. Shanks. It's going to be no play as it lands over the Oaks dugout in the stands. And it's still 1-2. Pickett's 4 strikeouts this season and 13 at-bats. Appleby stares in for the sign. The belt, deep breath in, delivers. Pickett's takes it a little bit high. Shanks tried to frame it, and it's 2-2 to Pickett's. Will Pickett's, we've already seen a great defensive play. Diving catch out of foul territory. We've seen him make nice grabs on line drives. But we haven't seen much in the big hit territory. Appleby checks. Suval at second, and now it's a full count, 3-2 to Will Pickett's. Pickett's working this at bat. And Appleby, still no outs here, struggling, potentially going to load the bases.
Yeah, Barron's floating into dangerous waters here with Nico Lima, Jacob Castro, and Gabe Baldovino as the next 3.
And for the Oaks, this is the kind of opportunity that they've squandered in the past. Up 4-0. We've seen them give up leads like this. Can't let off the gas. Suval is running. Pickett's pops it up. Suval racing back to second. Beza Williams Jr. is on it. Catches it. Suval and Ammons back to second and first. And there's one down now for big Nico Lima. Lima already 2 for 2 today. Single in the first and scored, and a massive triple to deep center field. Ended up scoring in the third as well.
Oaks haven't had many opportunities this season to deliver a knockout punch. This is an opportunity to do that here. It doesn't come often, but if the Oaks can go up 6-7 runs, what a nice feeling it's going to be in that dugout. A dugout that's been tense the whole season, dealing with tense moments in every game, win or loss.
Appleby a double check back on Suval. First pitch into Lima is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. One down.
And even one game like that where you blow out a team and you get that loose environment in the dugout, then all of a sudden you're having fun again. And that's something that can propel you to 3 or 4 in a row.
And we've seen the attitude shift the other day after the 2-0 win over the Blues. A much different vibe than even last night. 10-6 suspended game. And the second pitch to Lima, he holds off on that one. And it's up in the zone. A good check swing from Lima, and it's 1-1. Aaron Suval, the new Conejo Oak, his first game today, batting 9th in the order and playing left field. The CSUN commit, fresh out of high school. On second base, Justin Ammons, heading into his senior season at Tennessee. Leaning over, a little bit of a lead on first, and the 1-1 pitch to Lima. Lima takes that one in there. Well-placed breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Lima, 11 strikeouts this season, which, considering his power numbers, is very decent. That's not a bad number to have for a guy who's hitting 333. The 1-2 pitch, low and away. Good sliding stop by Jacob Shanks, and it's 2-2 to Nico Lima. Lima with that last triple is first in the CCL, tied with David Reyna as he takes the 2-2 pitch low and away again, and it's full count for the second straight at-bat for David Appleby. David Reyna from Arroyo Seco and Wellington Balsley. Had to get that name right. Both also with 2 triples this season. The 3-2 pitch. Both runners are going, and another pop-up. Nico Lima. Looks like it'll be a play for Kendall Pettison right. He comes in, makes the catch, and there's 2 down now, and David Appleby is flirting with getting out of this inning with no runs allowed. After the first 2 batters got on. Still first and second. Jacob Castro up. Jacob Castro already 2 RBIs today. Now with 10 on the season. Nico Lima and Tyler Odekirk. Yesterday's game notwithstanding, also with 10. And the first pitch is wide. Jacob Shakes can't handle it. Goes to the backstop. Aaron Suval advances to third. Takes a couple steps towards home. Goes back. And now the Oaks, Justin Ammons at second, Aaron Suval at third. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Jacob Castro at the plate, up 4-0, with a chance to move towards making that knockout punch, Jordan. And it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Jacob Castro with first base open and bring up Gabe Baldovino. Gabe Baldovino also 2 for 2 today. Had an RBI in the first.
That's not a lot of respect for a guy who's singled twice today, 1 to right field, 1 to left field, and is one of the most natural base hit hitters on this team.
The first pitch to Baldovino swings and misses. It's a little bit low. Swings through it in its own 1. We've seen him. Baldovino does not have the power numbers, but he makes up for it in every other spot in his game. He's a good hitter, plays his ball as well, plays great defense, has a lot of speed on the base paths. He's a fundamental player.
Can we give him a check mark in the clutch box?
He's got a chance right here. Maybe hit one in the gap. Even a single would score at least a run, and he pops that one up. Jacob Shanks running back looking for a play on it. It's going to fly over his head and over our heads. And it's 0-2, and David Appleby with a chance to end this inning. Stranding, the bases loaded, but Gabe Baldovino with a chance to possibly empty the bases and expand this 4-0 lead for the Oaks here. Baldovino 7 RBIs on the season. He could get that number into double digits with one swing of the bat right here. The pitch from Appleby. Baldovino dribbles it to the shortstop. That'll be a tough play. Throws it, and that's a 6-3 put out. And that'll end the inning. The Oaks, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. They still have a 4-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Eric Ma back out once again. Ma, only 1 hit allowed today, and he's been working. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Eric Ma back out on the hill. Ma, so far today, retired 4 in a row, only 1 hit. Only 2 base runners, 3 strikeouts facing off against Channy Ortiz. He drops that one in there. He's got the breaking ball working for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Ortiz. Ma has also had some help defensively. Great play from Raul Sandoval. Another great play from Will Picketts. Ortiz drives that one into center. Ammons coming in. Should be an easy play. Can of corn right there for Justin Ammons in center. That'll be an F8. And there's 1 down in the top of the 4th.
Now to the plate, number 41, Kyle Freeman.
Kyle Freeman struck out swinging in the first inning, and Ma, not only has he been retiring hitters, Jordan, but he's been doing it in rapid fashion, blowing through this lineup the last couple of innings. Freeman, first pitch swinging, drops it in there right in front of Raul Sandoval. That's a single for Kyle Freeman. Second hit of the day for the Barons. They have a runner on first now. Logan Pollock up. Logan Pollock has had some of his best games this season against the Conejo Oaks. On June 16th, he went 2 for 5 with a run and a 1 strikeout. First pitch to Pollock. He pops it up in foul territory. Nico Lima looks like he has a beat on it, staring right into the sun. Makes a nice play. First pitch swinging, Logan Pollock skies it. Lima with a nice catch, and there's 2 down. Still a runner on first. Christian Lucio, the DH, struck out looking on a nasty breaking ball.
Yeah, Ma got him on 3 pitches back in the second inning on a looking strikeout. But remember, Lucio yesterday hit his first home run of the season and drove in 4 runs.
The first pitch fastball is outside, and it's 1-0. I like Eric Ma, his chain that he's wearing. You can see the reflection off the sun shining back here. Shining bright. Lucio fouls that one off into the left side, and it's 1-1, 2 outs. Kyle Freeman, who has hit really well against the Oaks this season. He's hit really well in his limited opportunities. Leading the team in RBIs, playing about half the games they played. And that one's a little bit wild. Like a breaking ball that just didn't break. And it's 2-1.
You see that from Eric Ma from time to time when he doesn't get on top of his splitter. It'll kind of just float out there. Not a terrible pitch because he's not missing over the middle of the plate.
The 2-1 pitch, and that one is just misses a little bit to the left of the plate.
Part of the reason Eric Ma is so tough to hit, he doesn't throw a knuckleball, but his balls kind of act in that way. They dance around in weird places.
Lucio pops that one up. Foul play. Will Picketts, Zach Kamenko running in to make the play, and Kamenko couldn't quite get it. Outran it a little bit. Tried to throw his glove back, but it bounced a couple inches behind him. And it's a full count now. Christian Lucio hands Kamenko's mask back to him. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Lucio rocking the beautiful red Nikes to match the red helmet. Kyle Freeman on first. Takes a couple step lead. Eric Ma looking to get out of this inning. Freeman's running. And Lucio draws a walk on the full count pitch. Ma misses outside. And the Barons now, a runner on first, a runner on second. Kendall Pettis, the right fielder, up to bat.
Second walk of the game for Eric Ma, and not his worst count. But you go back to that, I think it was the 2-1 pitch, or 1-2 pitch, whatever it was, where Eric Ma misses on a splitter there. I mean, those pitches add up.
First pitch to Pettis. Pettis up the middle. That's a line drive single. Freeman is sent home. It looks like he's going to come in to score. Ammons with a cannon to third base. Bounces off pick as he was trying to get Lucio at third. That'll be an RBI single for Kendall Pettis. And he gets to second when Ammons tried to pick off Lucio. And the Barons now are on the board. Down 4-1. First run of the game. They finally do some damage off of Eric Ma.
And this Barons team isn't going to go away. That's part of their identity. They're going to give you quality at-bats until the final out of the game. And that's why a scoreless fourth inning where the Oaks had the bases loaded, that's where that one hurts the most, because anytime you have a chance to put away a team like the Barons, you got to take that chance.
That's a 2 or 3 run swing. Catcher Jacob Shanks, first pitch swinging, pops it up. A nice easy play for Ramon Gomez, the second baseman. And the Barons with a run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 runners on base. They get a run on the board. The Oaks still lead 4-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We'll see if David Appleby goes back out there. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Raul Sandoval, the right fielder, who has flashed his glove already today. Up to bat for the Oaks, holding on to a 4-1 lead. They had an opportunity with the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. Bases loaded, 1 out. They try to expand on this lead. They leave them loaded, and the Barons with a run in the bottom of the 4th. That's a 2 or 3 run swing at least. David Appleby back out on the hill. After 1 scoreless inning in the first pitch into Sandoval. Low in the dirt, a little bit outside, and it's 1-0. Sandoval has reached base twice today. Reached on a single in the first, reached on a fielder's choice, and he lines that one right to the shortstop, Channy Ortiz. He got good one on it, but misdirected it. And there's 1 down now in the top of the 5th. Ramon Gomez. 0 for 2 today. Also reached on a fielder's choice in the first. And I wonder, it must be tough not playing for as long as he has and then coming into the lineup. Even hitting in the 7 spot and trying to get it going immediately. First pitch to Gomez. Peels inside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. First game back, even if you take a week off, pitches look faster, curveballs break more.
And he fouls that one off from Appleby. Fastball in the zone. Fouls it over the Oaks dugout, and it's 1-1.
You're not really thinking a whole lot about the count you're in, the situation of the ball game. You're worried a lot about how your swing is, your mechanics there. There's just a lot going on in your head.
1-1 from Appleby. That one's in the dirt. And it's 2-1. And we saw even a guy like Kevin Graham, as potent, as talented of a hitter as he is, missed about a week and a half with pneumonia, and he came back and he was late on everything. Only had a hit with the Oaks. 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt as well. Appleby lacking control. And it's 3-1 to Gomez. Gomez with a chance here to reach on a walk. Have to imagine he's going to hold that bat unless he sees something that he likes. And that one, low, takes off his knee pad, drops his bat, heads to first, and that's a walk with one down.
Now batting catcher number 7, Zach Kamenko.
Zach Kamenko, the catcher. Kamenko for 2 today, struck out swinging in the first. Kamenko ended the first and the third innings with a strikeout and a ground out on an unassisted putout by the third baseman Logan Pollock. Takes the first pitch from Appleby low, and it's 1-0.
Zach Kamenko has been pulling the ball a lot this year, which is good for him because that means he's attacking balls and he's being aggressive. I'd love to see him try and plug that right center gap with Kendall Pettis playing towards the line and Basil Williams Jr. in center field, shaded slightly to left center. Massive gap over there.
They know the scouting report, and he swings and misses. That one's low and outside. And that'll be a stolen base right there for Ramon Gomez. Good execution. Jacob Shakes couldn't handle the pitch. Looked like on the transition to try to make the throw, he lost it.
That is Gomez's first stolen bag of the season, his first attempt. Something tells me that was a hit and run.
That's what it looked like. It's 1-1, one down, runner on second for Zach Kamenko. We've seen him deliver big hits this season, and he swings through that one as well, and it's 1-2. The Oaks have had a runner in scoring position in every inning but the second. Failed to score in the fourth. Scored 1 in the third and 3 in the first. So far, it's been every other inning. We'll see if it continues right here in the fifth. 1-2 pitch. Gomez on second. Had a big lead, and the 1-2 pitch is low and away, and it's 2-2 to Kamenko. Kamenko getting ready to head down to West Texas A&M. He's very excited about the big baseball community down there in Texas. Rabid fans.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
And the throw back, trying to get Gomez at second. He slides back safely. Quick move from Appleby. Trent Anderson applied the tag, but it was not in time. Appleby's still looking at Gomez at second as Kamenko readies for the at-bat. Two. Kamenko off the end of his bat. Appleby picks it up, makes the play to first. Ramon Gomez gets to third. 2 down, but the Oaks 90 feet away from adding the 5th run of the game. And the new Oak, Aaron Suval, reached on a single his last time up, or reached on a walk his last time up. Ended up being stranded at third. The future Matador. We'll see if he can come through right here with Justin Ammons already with a couple of hits today on deck. First pitch to Suval is in the dirt. Good stop by Shanks. And it's 1-0. Aaron Suval joining Noah Matera. As the 1-0 pitch is in the dirt again, Gomez is going to come home. He's going to try to score, and he's going to slide in safely. Some great base running right there. Appleby His control cost him finally, and the Oaks with a run on the board in the top of the 5th take a 5-1 lead. Great base running by Gomez, and Suval still up 2-0 with 2 outs. This inning could continue. But as I was saying, Aaron Suval joining Noah Matera, the left-handed pitcher out of Moore Park High. Matera heading to UNLV for his freshman season. The 2 youngest Oaks on this roster. As the 2-0 pitch, Suval takes high and inside, held back on that pitch, and it's 3-0. We chatted with Matera earlier today. You can check out the interview on our Twitter page, Conejo_Oaks. A lot of talent on this Oaks team. A lot of talent from Moore Park High, and he takes 3-0. That one breaks back a little bit inside, and it's 3-1. Three-one pitch. Suval swung on that one, and he threw his bat. Somehow made contact and threw the bat on that one. Logan Paul hands it back to him. That's always a dangerous play. Luckily, nobody got hit, nobody got hurt. And it's a full count now. David Appleby on the hill, Aaron Suval in the batter's box. 3-2 count, 2 outs, the Oaks. No runners on, but already a run across in the top of the 5th. Justin Ammons on deck. Appleby sets, delivers. Suval with a ground ball to the shortstop. Channy Ortiz takes a weird hop. Can't make the throw. And Suval is on. And this inning continues as we head to the top of the order and Justin Ammons.
Error on the shortstop there. Channy Ortiz on a weird hop, but it looks like he's a little bit shaken up, and we see Ken Landreau and the trainer for the Barons out to check on the shortstop. Runner on first with 2 outs for the Oaks, up 5-1. And the at-bat will go to Justin Ammons.
We've seen some plays already this year, a couple times for the Oaks. Weird hops on these CCL Diamonds. Bailey Holbrook took a shot to the chin. Kevin Graham, unfortunately, in his 4th game for the Oaks, took a shot to the face, broke a couple bones, fractured a couple bones in his cheek, and he was done for the summer. Channy Ortiz, looks like he's keeled over. Hopefully he's okay, walking a little bit gingerly, but it looks like he wants to stay in the game. I'm thinking, Jordan, it may have been a shot to his nether regions.
Yeah, a shot to the unspeakables.
It's tough. He looks okay. A little bit winded, but okay. And Justin Ammons up. Aaron Suval and his speed on first. Ammons already 2 hits today. One of the lone Oaks on the top of the order to not get an RBI or a run. First pitch from Appleby, and he swings through that one. Goes down to his knees. He was looking to make a difference right there, and it's 0-1.
Good pitch from Appleby with the off-speed last time these two faced off. Ammons hit one into left field on a base hit. Wonder if Appleby tries to attack Ammons inside this time.
A 1 pitch as Suval goes. The throw from Shanks is a bouncer, and Suval will slide in safely. His first stolen base of the season, and he shows off the wheels right there. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Aaron Suval already today, Jordan.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a good feel for the game. Got a really good jump there at first. Seen him already with a fly out and a walk. Excited to see what type of summer he turns in.
He's already spent a lot of time in scoring position. 1-1 pitch to Ammons, and that one worked inside. Ammons took it, and it's 1-2. Appleby checks Suval at second. A walk and a stolen base already in his Oaks debut. Ammons rocking the orange gloves. The senior from Tennessee. And he takes 1-2 in the dirt. Bounces to the left. or to the right of the Barons dugout. And Suval gets the third, and the Oaks once again 90 feet away from scoring. Another wild pitch from Appleby. We saw Gomez score earlier in this inning on a wild pitch from the Michigan Wolverine, and now 2-2 count, 2 outs. Suval gets to third on that one. We'll see what he does. Delivers the pitch. It's outside, and it's 3-2. I feel like Appleby today, Jordan, has lived in this full count territory.
He has. Needs a big pitch for his team right here.
The Oaks up 5-1. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors today. The Barons 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. The 3-2 pitch from Appleby is high and outside. It's called a ball. Ammons is going to take first base, and this inning continues. The Oaks have runners on the corners. Ammons at first, Suval at third. A lot of speed on the base paths. Will Pickett's up. And Ken Landreau is going to come out to chat with David Appleby.
That's already Appleby's 4th walk of the game. And a dangerous part of the order. That's why Ken Landreau's out to have a discussion with Appleby.
Only allowed 1 hit today, but as you said, 4 walks. Suval reached on an error and a run. He hasn't done himself any favors. And the Oaks have just sat back and let Appleby fill the bases himself. As Will Pickett's 0 for 2, but he walked and scored in the first. His second time up today, second straight inning on base with Suval and Ammons. The first pitch is low and away, and it's 1-0. Just past 7:45 here in Compton, California. The sun begins to set as the outfield lights are turned on. It's a beautiful night. Ammons is going. Pickett swings through that one. It's 1-1. Ammons easily takes second. No throw from Shanks, and the Oaks now 2 runners in scoring position for Will Pickett's. Both Suval, Gomez, and Ammons all with a stolen base. Ammons is second of the season on 4 tries. 1-1 pitch. Pickett takes it low, and it's 2-1. And I have to believe, Jordan, the approach here is with 2 outs. Let Appleby miss, and then if you see a fastball right out down the middle, you swing on it. And he does right there, swings on it to Channy Ortiz. That one was an easy bounce. Makes the play. 6-3 put out. And David Appleby gets out of the inning, but not before a run. No hits. 1 error and 2 runners left on base. The Oaks take a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Eric Ma, who's allowed 1 run on 3 hits today, pitching a gem. Back out to try to qualify for the win. The Barons will be up to bat. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Sean Blandino The left fielder for the Barons up to face against Eric Ma. Blandino for 1 today. Popped out to the third baseman. It was a great diving play in foul territory by Will Picketts. Eric Ma gave up his first run of the game in the bottom of the fourth as he lays that first pitch low, and it's 1-0. Two of the 3 hits he also gave up last inning is Blandino swinging on the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be foul. Ramon Gomez had a play on it. Called off Nico Lima and just barely missed it. Bounced right off his glove, and it's 1-1. And that's a tough play in foul territory, Jordan.
Tough play in foul territory, but one that players in the dugout and Ramon Gomez and Coach Chaliz are going to shake their head over, because Eric Ma just made a good pitch that deserved an out. And all of a sudden, you're giving Sean Blandino, a solid hitter, another pitch to work with.
1-1 pitch. That one is a little bit high, and it's 2-1. Ma delivers the 2-1, and Blandino swings through it. And it's 2-2. Ma, before the fourth inning, had given up only 2 base runners, a walk in the first and a single in the second. That struck out 3 as Blandino cracks that 2-2 pitch in the outfield right past the diving Gabe Baldovino. That'll be the 4th hit of the game for the Barons, and they have a runner on first.
And those
No
hits
outs.
will kill you. Those will kill you. Eric Ma, a guy who, you know, his 5th innings historically, he starts to run out of gas. And anytime as a defense you're not backing him up in a situation like that, that's not what you want. That's not a winning formula.
And that play by Gomez won't go down as an error, but that's an out they should have had, and instead it's a runner on first. Trent Anderson up, the leadoff hitter, and the second baseman is Ma's breaking ball right there. It's high and outside. It's 1-0. Blandino, no stolen bases this season. Was caught stealing once, but Ma still checking on him at first. This Barons team full of athletes, as Trent Anderson rubs his hands in the dirt right outside the batter's box, trying to get a better grip. Ma goes back to Lima at first, checking on Blandino. Blandino, not a very big lead at first, but Ma just checking on him, making sure he knows he's paying attention. And Anderson back in the batter's box. Ma stares in, delivers. That one's grooved in there. Here's some moans and groans from the crowd. But that's a strike, and it's 1-1. Anderson 0 for 2 today. Grounded right back to Eric Ma in a 1-3 put out in the third. And led off the game. Rocketed one to right, and Raul Sandoval had a great play there. Jumping at the wall. Ma to first again, Blandino. Scuttles back. And it's still 1-1. Blandino no stolen bases, but Ma very focused on him as he delivers the pitch, and that's a beautiful breaking ball right there. Trent Anderson swung through it, shakes his head, and it's 1-2. Any out is great here, but a ground ball, a double play ball is ideal. Nods, and Anderson fouls that one off, stays alive, and it's still 1-2.
Tough splitter there from Eric Ma, keeping Trent Anderson off balance, but Anderson, a hitter, not going to go down easily, able to fight that tough pitch off and wait for one that's better.
One-two pitch. That one breaks outside, and it's 2-2. Trent Anderson, one of many hitters on this Barons team. Many talented hitters, hitting .306 this season, 49 at-bats. He fouls that one off. And it's still 2-2. He does a good job of staying alive, Jordan. Fouls a lot of pitches off. As he rubs more dirt on his hands. I don't see many players doing that, Jordan. As that 2-2 pitch is a little bit high. Kamenko had to leap up to catch that one, and it's 3-2 full count. Trent Anderson working this at bat. Trying to stay alive with no outs and a runner on first. Trying to close this 4-run gap. 3-2 pitch. Blandino goes, and that's a walk. And the Barons now 2 runners on, no outs. Basil Williams Jr. up.
Eric Ma losing feel for that splitter quickly. 3 of his 4 balls were on that splitter high and outside to the left-handed hitter. So that's either, something that Coach Solis is going to fix with a couple words in this meeting, or it's going to signal that Eric Ma is getting tired and the finish line is near. Either way, the Oaks are in a very tough spot here. 2 on with still nobody out, and arguably the 3 best hitters on this team coming up in Basil Williams, Channy Ortiz, and Kyle Freeman.
And it looks like Coach Solis giving Ma some words of encouragement. Ma gets a fist bump and a couple words from Zach Kamenko, and we've seen this before. Coach Solis has a lot of faith in Eric Ma. He's been one of the workhorses for this team.
Absolutely.
Always goes 5 or 6 innings, which is great for the bullpen. But right here, no outs. Sean Blandino on second. Trent Anderson on first. Anderson, a lot of speed. Blandino, we've yet to see his speed, but knowing this Barons team, it's in there. And Basil Williams Jr. Williams, 309 this season, 11 RBIs. Second on the team only to Kyle Freeman in that first pitch. It's outside, and it's 1-0. Williams, 0 for 1 today, walked in the first. Struck out looking in the third. The only 1-2-3 inning of the day, and he drives that one into right field, and that is going to land in the gap. Blandino running, Trent Anderson right on his heels. Blandino coming home. Anderson right behind him. Basil Williams slides into third with a 2-run, no-out triple. What a massive hit from Basil Williams Jr. in this game. Just got a lot closer. 5-3 now in the bottom of the 5th. Still no outs. And he absolutely drove that one, Jordan. Absolutely shattered that ball from Eric Ma.
Huge swing for Basil Williams, and a couple things stand out to me. Number one, you look back at the play that Ramon Gomez couldn't make. Would have been a quick first out of the inning. Been a settler for Eric Ma, who's running out of gas. And you also look at the wasted opportunities that the Oaks have had on the offensive side today.
Channy Ortiz up, and the first pitch is outside. This crowd in the Barons dugout starting to come alive here as it approaches 8 o'clock in Compton, California. The Barons' new life now. 3 runs in the last 2 innings, and Ortiz dribbles that one off the end of his bat. It'll get past Ramon Gomez. Williams will come in to score. Ortiz, several steps past first, takes a big turn, heads back, and it's 5-4 now. A 3-run bottom of the 5th, still no outs. Eric Ma reeling a little bit here. We'll see if Coach Solis keeps in his righty out of Whitman, as Kyle Freeman, who has punished the Oaks this season, is up now with a chance to tie or take the lead right here with one swing. And the complexion of this game has changed in a couple at-bats, Jordan.
Absolutely has.
First pitch, Freeman swings over it, and it's quickly 0-1.
I think Coach Solis must have told Eric Ma, this is your inning. Still keeping the righty out there after giving up 3 runs the last 2 batters.
And the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner. The breaking ball is in there. Fans disagree, and it's 0-2 to Kyle Freeman. Kyle Freeman had a single and a run in the 4th inning, struck out swinging in the 1st. And Freeman drives that one. That'll land in the left field. Another hit. The Barons continue this streak. Still runners on first and second. Logan Pollock up. 5 runners this inning, or 5 batters this inning. 4 hits, a walk, 3 runs already. Still no outs. And it's starting to fall apart for Eric Ma.
Coach Solis looking at the bullpen, waiting for an indication that somebody's ready. Till then, Eric Ma's got to fight this.
Not sure whether this is fatigue or missing pitches.
It's probably a little bit of both.
And this Barons lineup will not quit. Logan Pollock up, shows bunt, drops it down. Eric Ma slides over to make the play. Throws it. 1-3. Lima steps on the bag, but Freeman and Channy Ortiz both in scoring position now. That's a big first out. But the Barons are still alive. Christian Lucio up. Ortiz on third, Freeman on second. Kamiko coming out. A couple of words for Eric Ma. And he's going to head out to the mound.
Look at that slow jog from Zach Kamiko, trying to buy some time here. He's going to use as much time as he can. Oaks getting somebody ready in the pen. Big spot here. Believe the infield will be in, trying to preserve a 5-4 lead. And here comes the umpire to get Kamiko out of the meeting. Little game within a game, and now Coach Solis comes out of the dugout. And he'll slowly walk out. Try to get as much time for the pitcher in the bullpen to warm up.
And it's interesting, Eric Ma's last outing, last Friday against the Saints, was almost the exact opposite. Started the game, gave up some runs in the first, and then he closed it well in the 5th and 6th, but it looks like that's going to be it. Looks like that might be Noah Matera. How sweet would that be? Chatted with him earlier today. And we're going to head to break here. The Barons, runners on second and third. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Trailing only 5-4 here. We'll get you the new pitcher, Eric Ma's line in the rest of the 5th on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jalen Hurd pinch hitting for the DH Christian Lucio. New pitcher for the Oaks, Noah Matera, replacing Eric Ma. Matera, who we chatted with earlier today. You can check out that conversation on our Twitter, Conejo_Oaks. Noah Matera just out of high school. The lefty heading to UNLV in the fall. Told me he can hit 90, 91 in his fastball. Rocks the curveball and the changeup. His curveball is his best pitch in the first. Pitch to Hurd. He's in the dirt, and it's 1-0. The Barons already this inning. A huge inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. And a walk. 2-run triple from Basil Williams. And an RBI single from Channy Ortiz. And Hurd pops that one into right. And it looks like it's going to drop right in front of Raul Sandoval. Ortiz comes in to score. Freeman slides in safely. Hurd heads to second. The throw from Cam and Co. Not in time. A little in front. Jalen Hurd slaps the second base bag, as that is a game-changing, lead-taking, 2-run single blooped right into right field. And it's 6-5. Academy Barons a 5 spot here in the bottom of the 5th. And we talked about this, Jordan. It's always 1 inning for the Oaks. They'll have a commanding lead. They'll be in control. Maybe an error or two, a couple defensive miscues. And then the pitching will just falter. Then all of a sudden they're in the hole.
That's 5 hits in the inning for the Academy Barons.
Kendall Pettis up, the right fielder. First pitch from Matera is in there for a strike. Pettis unhappy. The Barons unhappy. The fans unhappy. But Matera very happy. That's a big.
Here comes the home plate umpire taking that one personally.
You know you can't call. You can't call balls and strikes, or you can't argue balls and strikes.
And he's got the whole left side of this field against him right now, and you could tell it's weighing on his shoulders. Entire dugout screaming at once, the whole fan base. They're right.
6-5 lead, Kendall Pettis up. And that breaking ball is high and away, and it's 1-1. Jalen Hurd with a single. Hurd round Compton. 2-run base hit gave the Barons the lead. Is that 1-1 breaking ball right there? He's been working the curveball. It's inside, and it's 2-1. Blandino started off the inning with a single. Trent Anderson walked. Basil Williams drove them both in with a triple. As the 2-1 pitch from Matera. Pettis took a hack at that one. Fouled it off. Well hit, and it's 2-2. And then Channy Ortiz with an RBI single. Kyle Freeman with a single. Logan Paul grounded into a 1-3 put out. But that got the runners over to second and third. The pitching change. And the second pitch Jalen Hurd saw. Dropped a massive single into right field. And he got to second when the run scored. And Pettis swung at that 2-2 pitch. That's a pop-up. Should be an easy play, and it is for Gabe Baldovino. And there's 2 down now. Jacob Shanks, the catcher up for the Barons. Still with a runner on second. Still with a chance to expand this new lead even more. Shanks 0 for 2 today. 5-3 ground out in the second. Popped up to the second baseman, and that changed up right there on the outside corner. Kamiko framed it well, and the fans, once again, very unhappy with that call, Jordan. It's a lively bunch. Stands filled in pretty well tonight. Not a lot of space at the MLB Youth Academy, and Shanks swung right over that one. Good breaking ball from Matera in the dirt.
I love that swing from Jacob Shanks. Didn't swing at the right pitch, but that's a mighty hack for a guy who gets limited at-bats during the summer season. Why not let it go?
That is
make
the one.
something happen.
That's the one thing you'll say about all these Academy Barons. They take advantage of that opportunities, and they're never afraid of the moment, as we see right here. The 0-2 pitch from Matera. Screamer right back at him. He falls over, gets up, does not make the throw. That's the right call. That'll be a single for Jacob Shanks, Coach Solis, and the trainer coming out to check on Matera. And that's a tough play right there. A screamer right back at you. Jalen Hurd advances to third. Shanks at first, and Matera shaking off the trainer. He's saying no. We talked to him. He's got that dog mentality. He loves to pitch. You know, he wants to stay in this game.
They're going to allow him to throw some warm-ups here. I think this is good for the Oaks. This Barons team have just rattled off hit after hit after hit in this inning. This is a good chance for the Oaks to take a breath, recollect. First warm-up from Matera goes to the screen. That's not a good sign.
Looked like that thing hit him in the leg as he was trying to make that play. That one was in there. Coach Solis and the trainer still taking a long look at him.
Seems a little bit off.
Looks like they walk off. It looks like they're going to let him stay in the game. The ump signals we're good to go. Heads back. Grabs a couple balls from Kamenko. And Blandino back up for his second at-bat in the bottom of the fifth. And the Barons have batted around here in this 5-run inning. He led off the inning with a single and came in to score. And he's got a shot here with runners on the corners. Jalen Hurd at third base. I love saying that, Hurd at third.
Quite the rhyme.
Jacob Shanks at first. Both reached on singles. Matera looks at Shanks at first, delivers the pitch. That one's low, and it's 1-0. Still a dangerous spot here for the Oaks. We know how potent their offense is, but we've seen how the Barons can reel off hit after hit after hit. Already 6 in this inning. A couple of big ones, and the 1-0 pitch grooved in there. Big fastball from Matera, and it's 1-1. Almost the entire Barons dugout out on the front porch there as the 1-1 pitch framed well by Kamenko. If it was outside, he brought it back inside. It's 1-2.
It's turning into a circus here. An unspoken feud between the umpire and the Barons fans.
There's more than one fan, Jordan. 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Shanks decides not to run. Goes back to first, and it's 2-2. Looked like Blandino was ready to swing on that one. That was a good take. This is a big pitch from Matera. Already given up a couple of singles. Chance to get out of this inning. 1-run deficit. The Oaks have come back from worse. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and Blandino fouls that one off, stays alive. No, Matera has been good this season. The 18-year-old, 1-1 and 8 2/3 innings pitched, 3.11 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks, and now 10 hits. 2-2 pitch. Blandino fouls it off again, stays alive.
Talk a lot about pitch framing and pitch sequencing with Zach Kamenko. And he's doing the exact right thing here. He understands that this particular umpire is giving out strikes 2-3 inches off the outer portion of the plate to left-handed hitters. That's exactly where he's setting up.
Matera peers in for the sign. Looks at first, delivers. Breaking ball. That one not quite in there. Similar spot as some strikes he's called before. Kamenko out to chat with Matera, and it's a full count. Big pitch here. Could end the inning or could load the bases. Or if Blandino sees something he could hit, could extend this 6-5 lead. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Jalen Hurd at third base. Shanks at first. Blandino up to the plate. The pitch from Matera. Shanks running. Blandino stares at the fastball right down the middle. Matera gets a strike 3 looking, runs off, and he ends the inning. But the Barons, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on. They take a 6-5 lead. A massive 2-run triple from Basil Williams Jr., a big 2-run single from Jalen Hurd. The Oaks will be up to bat in the top of the 6th, now trailing by 1 here at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico Lima back up for the Conejo Oaks, who now trail 6-5. David Appleby, the Michigan Wolverine and former Conejo Oak, on the mound. Appleby so far 2 innings of work and 4 walks, but only 1 run allowed. The Oaks have had ample opportunities, could not take advantage in the first pitch to Lima. A chopper to the third baseman, Pollock. Pollock corrals it. The throw is a little bit wide. Freeman can't make the play on the stretch, and Lima on first base. See if that's charging. It looks like it's going to be charged in error.
That'll be an error on Kyle Freeman. Not a terrible throw from Logan Pollock. It just looked like it went off of Freeman's glove.
Jacob Castro, 2 RBIs today. It's 1 for 1. And we'll see if Nico Lima runs right here. We've seen the speed from the 3-hole hitter as he takes about a 3-step lead and he rocks back and forth. Appleby throws back to first. He's just as concerned as the rest of us about Nico Lima. This game. He throws back to first again. 5 innings so far. It's been around 2 hours and 18 minutes. We see the Oaks either get through a game rapidly or takes 3.5 hours and there's no in between. The first pitch finally to Castro takes low and away, and it's 1-0. Throws back again, the 3rd time already this at bat. Lima slides in safely. Massive inning as Lima runs. Castro, the hit and run right there. Lima still slides into second base, but Castro fouled it off, and it's 1-1. Is a big inning, Jordan, for them to recover, try to tie the game, maybe take the lead back. They love to wait until the last minute, maybe 8th or 9th inning, but this would be big for them. In the top of the 6th as Castro drives that one right over the head of the jumping Trent Anderson. Lima is going to round second and head for third. Kendall Pettis fires it in, but Lima gets to third. A big single from Jacob Castro. And the Oaks now runners on the corners. No outs. And Gabe Baldovino up.
Now batting shortstop number 8, Gabe Baldovino.
Nice swing there by Jacob Castro. Stayed through the ball. He has played great today. He's done something productive in every single at-bat. He has a single back in the first. A sac fly in the third, was intentionally walked in the fourth, and now rips a base hit to right field here in the 6th.
Is Ken Landreau going to come out and chat? David Appleby. And it looks like this is it. We're going to head to break. But the Oaks, Jacob Castro at first. Nico Lima at third. Gabe Baldovino. We'll see if he can drive in a couple runs. He's had a couple opportunities here today. David Appleby is done. We'll get to the new pitcher, Appleby's line, and the rest of the top of the 6th inning. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Gabe Baldovino, the shortstop, up for the Oaks, facing off against new Academy Barons pitcher Trevor Sutt, replacing David Appleby. Nico Lima at third. Castro with a little bit of a lead at first in the first pitch into Baldovino. First pitch swinging. Sutt blows by him with a fastball, and it's 0-1. David Appleby went 2+. 2 hits, a run, 4 walks, no strikeouts, but he would be on the hook for these 2 runners on base if they were to come in to score. As Baldovino fouls that pitch off. It's 0-2. Lima with a little bit of a delayed run right there. The Oaks have seen Trevor Sutt this season. Baldovino takes 0-2 high, and it's 1-2. On June 16th, Trevor Sutt went an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. As part of a 9-5 win for the Barons here in Compton. As Sut fires back to first. Castro slides back in. Still 1-2. Gabe Baldovino today. 2 for 3, an RBI single on the first. And he strikes out looking right there. Trevor Sut with a big pitch. He's got nasty stuff. And there's one down now. Raul Sandoval up. And the Oaks at risk here again of squandering an opportunity with 2 runners aboard. Despite a lot of base runners, only 2 runs since the first inning.
Need a base hit right here.
As Sut fires back to first, Castro slides back. Sandoval 0 for 1 today. Walked in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third. He's got a shot right here. He fouls that one off. It's 0-1.
Looking for something high in the zone here. Raul Sandoval. Something to the outfield, and you've done your job.
He's got 5 RBIs this season. As Jordan mentioned, anything deep, likely score the speedy Lima. Sandoval takes that one. A nice grab by Shanks. That one goes to the backstop. It's most likely a run. And it's 1-1. One pitch to Sandoval. Takes that one low. It's 2-1. The Barons fans wanted a strike on that one.
That's a great pitch from Trevor Sut there. If you're going to miss low.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, there's a chance Sandoval grounds into an inning-ending double play.
Absolutely. Castro with the lead at first. Dangles his hands. Lima with the lead at first. And Shanks another nice slide and stop right there. 3-1. Sut this season, 15 innings pitched. He's been effective. A 2.4 ERA. Only allowed 4 runs. 17 strikeouts. Only 4 walks. But 18 hit allowed in those 15 innings. So he's been effective. Lots of strikeouts, but a lot of hits. Let's see if Sandoval can do something right here. Dribbles it off the end of his bat. That might be a double play ball. Lima comes in to score. And Sandoval gets safely at first. He heads to second. And he's going to be awarded second base. Castro is out at second, but an RBI right there by Raul Sandoval. That'll be, I believe, a fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice and an advancement on what I believe is an error on the throw. Yeah, so that'll be an error on Trent Anderson there. The Oaks tie this game at 6. Wasn't pretty, but they got it done.
A 3 spot in the first, and now a run in the third, a run in the fifth, and a run in the sixth. And they've tied this game at 6. Still a runner at second base. 2 outs, and Ramon Gomez up. Takes the first pitch low and away, 1-0. Gomez 0 for 2. Reached on a walk, stole a base, and scored in the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch to Gomez. Fouls that one straight back. It's 1-1. Regardless of how they got it, that's a big run for the Oaks. They've squandered a lot of opportunities there. Only get one of the 2 runners, but one is better than none as Gomez swings through that one. It's 1-2. 2 outs. Trevor Sut with a shot to get out of this inning. Game tied 6-6. Raul Sandoval, white arm sleeve and all, at second base. Has about a 4-step lead. Stutter steps back and forth. The pitch in. Gomez swings through that one. He's unhappy. Grips his bat. And that's it for the Oaks. But they get a run on a hit an error, and they leave a runner on base. They tie the game 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. We'll see if it's still Noah Matera. The Barons will be up to bat, looking to take back the lead. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Number 1, Trent Anderson.
Trent Anderson, the second baseman, up for his fourth at-bat now. In the bottom of the sixth inning, Noah Matera, the lefty, straight on Moore Park High School, on the mound. Matera gave up a couple hits, but got out of the inning. Anderson shows bunt, pulls back. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Ryan Yamashiro replacing Will Pickett's at third base. A refresher on the infield from left to right. Yamashiro at third, Baldovino at short, Gomez at second, Nico Lima still at first. As Anderson swings through. A changeup right there, 1-1. In left is Aaron Suval, center Justin Ammons, and Raul Sandoval still in right. Yamashiro and his dangerous bat, now second in the order, will be key as this game continues. And that pitch hangs up way outside, and it's 2-1. Trent Anderson in the fifth inning reached, walked and scored a run, part of that massive 5-run fifth. As he swings through 2-1, and it's 2-2. Big pitch from Noah Matera. Stares in, sets, winds up, delivers, and Anderson fouls it off. Lima was running to make that play, but it lands back in the bleachers along the first base line. And it's still 2-2, no outs to Trent Anderson. The Oaks took a 3-0 lead with a couple big hits in the first. Expanded that lead to 4-0. And then the Barons a run in the fourth as Anderson fouls that one off again, and it's still 2-2. A run in the bottom of the fourth. The Oaks with another run in the top of the fifth to balloon that lead 5-1, and then the Barons a 5 spot in the bottom of the fifth. The Oaks left them loaded in the fourth inning. 2-2 pitch. Matera. That one misses way inside, and it's 3-2. Trent Anderson once again doing a great job extending this at-bat, found a couple pitches off. That's what you want in your leadoff hitter, and that's what you get in Anderson, but also the rest of the Barons lineup. We've seen that tonight.
They just don't go down. There's a reason why games against the Barons take longer. It's because they take more balls than any other team, and they string together hits like no other team that I've seen.
And Anderson swings through that pitch. Matera, the big strikeout right there, and there's one down.
Now batting center fielder number 23.
Matera does a really nice job of mixing together his fastball with hovers around 89, 90, and the changeup, the off speed, and his big 12-6 curveball. Gets a strikeout right there, and Basil Williams Jr. 1 for 2 today. Had a massive 2-run triple from the left side, now batting from the right side. First pitch is outside, and it's 1-0. That was Matera's second strikeout of the day. Caught Blandino looking to end the fifth, so now he's struck out 2 straight batters. But he's down 1-0 on Williams. Now quickly 2-0 as that fastball runs inside. So, Jordan, you were talking about the Trailblazer, or the Trailblazer series here in Compton, California. You were talking about Breakthrough, but they also have the Trailblazer series here. As the 2-0 pitch is in there. Ooh. 2-1. So not only high schoolers. Oh, it's 3-0. Scoreboard was incorrect. It's 3-0. The 3-0 pitch, Matera laces that one in there, and it's 3-1. So this last spring, they had a superstar here visiting Compton, California in this Trailblazer series. As Matera, the 3-1 pitch is in the dirt, inside. Basil Williams will take first base with a walk. Channy Ortiz up now.
Watch out for Basil Williams to take off, Zach. This guy, out of the 3 spot, leads this team in stolen bases. He has 11 this season.
And we saw the speed on display earlier. The ball hit into the right field gap. He raced to third. So there'll be a mound meeting here. Coach Lee's out to check on Noah Matera. Kamenko out to the mound as well.
Looks like the Oaks might be making a pitching change here.
And it looks like there's somebody coming out of the bullpen. And that'll be it for Nico Nolan Matera. There is a new pitcher on the mound for the Oaks. We will go to break, but when we come back, we will get you the new pitcher, Matera's line, and the remainder of the bottom of the 6th inning. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Chaney Ortiz, the shortstop, into the batter's box for the Academy Barons to face off against new Conejo Oaks pitcher Chris Torres. Torres replacing Noah Matera. Got his name wrong a couple of times before the break. And Basil Williams on first base, a big lead. Torres the throwback. Matera went an inning. 2 hits, 2 runs. Although both those runs are charged to Eric Ma. 2 strikeouts and a walk. And Chris Torres throws back to first again. Concerned as he should be. Basil Williams, 11 steals this season. He's got a stance there. Leaves one hand hanging, and Ortiz was swinging on that first pitch. Lines it way foul. That was a hard hit ball. It'll soar into the parking lot. Past right field. Chaney Ortiz seeing something on that first pitch from Chris Torres. Torres peers in, leaned over. His chain hanging. Delivers the 0-1 pitch. Stays up and outside, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Chaney Ortiz up to the plate. Basil Williams at first base. The Barons posted a 5 spot in the bottom of the 5th, in part due to Williams and Ortiz, who drove in 3 of those 5 runs on 2 swings of the bat. Williams with the lead at first. The delivery from Torres. Ortiz laces it into left. And the nice catch by Aaron Saval throws it in. Williams stays at first, and there's 2 down now in the bottom of the 6th.
Better be careful here, Zach. Kyle Freeman has been a wrecking crew against the Oaks and really against the entire CCL this summer. Today, he's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
Torres peers in for the sign. Winds up and delivers the pitch, and it's low. Basil Williams was running on first. He comes back the throw from Kamenko, not in time. Lima tried to apply the tag.
Good idea, though.
If Williams is going to hang a massive lead on first, Kamenko keeping him honest. Kamenko very composed behind the plate. He always knows what he's doing. Knows the mechanics of every situation. And Freeman laces that one into right. Raul Sandoval goes back, makes a running catch right in front of the warning track. And that will end the inning. The Barons, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave a runner on base. That was Basil Williams, who reached on a walk. And this game is still tied at 6 as we head to the top of the 7th. The Oaks looking to take the lead here in Compton, California at MLB Youth Academy. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Alex Briggs in to hit for the Oaks. He's pinch hitting here in the top of the 7th inning. Trevor Sutt on the mound for the Barons. This game tied at 6 And for about play-by-play for the rest of the game, I'll throw it back to Jordan Brenner. Jordan?
Thank you, Zach. Got a new ball game. It's been a long ball game. The sun is completely set. 8:44 as we start off the top of the 7th. And the first pitch is taken by Alex Briggs, pinch hitting for Zach Kamenko. Kamenko finishes the day 0 for 3. The no ball, 1 strike pitch. Sut fires an off speeder down and away. 1-1. Alexander Briggs, 207 this season. 5 singles and 6 hits. The 1 extra base hit was a double, and he's confused on that breaking ball. Breaks his wrist, and it's 1-2. Saw Briggs play yesterday for the Conejo Oaks. He went 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. That pitch gets away from Sut way upstairs. Goes to the backstop, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Briggs made a costly error yesterday at third base. Going to try and redeem himself here. Trevor Sut takes a deep breath. He winds and fires. A breaking ball called strike 3 at the knees. Briggs down on strikes, and here comes Aaron Suval for Conejo.
25, Aaron Suval.
Interesting about Trevor Sut, you could call him a psychopath, or you could call him somebody who's really passionate about the game. Before he goes in for every workout, every start, he's slapping himself across the face. Suval takes a fastball down and outside. I tend to think not that he's a psychopath, but someone who genuinely loves the game.
You know, I do the same thing before every broadcast, Jordan.
That's weird. 1-0, lifted dead center. Going back, Basil Williams, and he's under it. Medium deep, and makes the catch for the second out of the frame.
I just love the game.
Now batting center fielder number 1.
I think, you know how we do pregame videos every day? I think that's the next one. Zach Engberg prepping himself for
the
3 innings of color.
The pregame routine.
Oh, yeah. Here's Justin Ammons. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, 1 on the infield, 1 to left field. He walked last time up in the 5th inning and stole second. Trevor Sut looking for a 1-2-3 inning. His first pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Look out of right field. There's some fireworks going on here. Filling out the night sky. Thanks for joining us on a Friday evening. The 0-1. Ammons turns on one, lines it down the right field side, and it drops in front of Kettle Pettis. Ammons thinks about 2, quickly stops himself. A 2-out single for Ammo. 1 on, 2 out for Will. Actually, Will Pickens was taken out of the game. Here's Ryan Yamashiro, the new third baseman.
Now both teams with 6 runs and 9 hits. We're a little bit of a stalemate here. Yamashiro, he's a guy that you want up in this situation. One of the Oaks' best hitters during the summer.
Oh, he's been terrific in 47 plate appearances. Yamashiro's hitting .359. 10 singles, 3 doubles, and an opposite field home run in Pasadena. Throw over to first. Ammons back in underneath the tag. This is about as clear a stolen base opportunity and situation for Justin Ammons.
Ammons, by the way, 3 for 4 today. Reached base 4 times.
Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 to Yamashiro. We've seen Ryan hit his fair share to the opposite field. And you can see a wide open gap in right center right now. Basil Williams playing dead center, and Pettis shaded slightly towards the line. The 0-1 to Yamashiro is taken on a breaking ball. Blown away. Trevor Sut, today's featured a fastball and curveball primarily. He's dropped in a changeup on occasion. He checks Ammons at first. 1-1. Ammons creeping out, trying to get any advantage he can. The throw over, and Ammons back in safe. Cody Raymer's already done his job. He's gotten the timing to the plate for Trevor Sut. Here's the 1-1. Ammons stays. Ball gets away from the catcher, Shanks. And now Ammons takes second. And the go-ahead runs in scoring position for the Oaks. A wild pitch from Trevor Sutt. And all of a sudden, Oaks looking to strike right now.
Yamashiro 349 this season, or 359. But he's even better with runners in scoring position, hitting 375. He's got a shot right here, first step out of the game.
2 balls and a strike. Ammons off second, scored, tied at 6 in what has been a marathon affair so far. The 2-1. Yamashiro swings and misses. Had a beautiful breaking ball. And the count's evened up at 2-2. Nico Lima is on deck if the inning gets there. Yamashiro from Cal Lutheran, national champion. The 2-2 pitch, and he stays alive, lunges and taps a breaking ball. Foul down the left field side. Yamashiro staying on that breaking ball pretty nicely here. I wonder if Sutt tries to speed him up here, elevate the heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ammons off second. Big hole through the right side with Anderson keeping Ammons close. Now he retreats back to his position. The 2-2, a fastball outside. Would have been ball 3. Yamashiro offers and just gets a piece. And we'll do 2-2 again.
If you're going to swing at a ball right there, you have to be able to at least make contact and foul it off, and Yamashiro did there.
A run in the 4th and 5 runs in the 5th. That's how you add them up to 6 for the Barons. 3 in the 1st, a run in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th for Caneo. And the 2-2 home. Swing and a miss. Got him on a curveball. Down and away. Great pitch from Trevor Sutt. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. And the Oaks in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave a runner in scoring position. They have left at least 1 runner on base in every inning except for the 2nd. We're through 6.5 from MLB Youth Academy. Bottom 7 when we return in a 6-6 ball game on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back on the hill for Caneos, Chris Torres, bottom 7 from MLB Youth Academy. One of the premier ballparks in the CCL. And we get a chance to experience it at its best with the lights on. Swing and a drive into center field. Logan Pollock leads off the bottom half with a clean single to dead center. That's his first hit of the ball game. And a runner on for Jalen Hurd, the big man off the bench who's now DHing for the Barons. Seen Hurd a lot this year. He's primarily a first baseman today, given the off day. He was brought in the 5th inning, immediately dropped in a single to right field. Pollock off first. Torres on the outside corner, strike 1. That's a great pitch from Torres. Hurd's hit was just a dink and dunker into right field. 0-1. Torres collects, gears back and offers two-seamer that runs back for a strike. It's 0-2. 6-6. MLB Youth Academy last year, the host of the 2018 CCL Prospect game. Aired on Fox Sports, West, and the 0-2. Curve stays up. A ball and two strikes. That prospect game featured some of the best in the CCL. There was a showcase before the actual game. Players did all sorts of drills. And the 1-2, runner goes from first, and then he retreats. Slow grounder to shortstop. Bolivino across his body. Had plenty of time to get heard. But a productive out for the Barons as Pollock moves into scoring position with one out. And here comes Kendall Pettis, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. Singled back in the second inning to left field and then stole a bag and dropped an RBI knock into center field in the fourth inning. See a new catcher for the Conejo Oaks with Zach Kamenko out of the game. It's Jalen Parks off the bench. See some more fireworks out in right field. Runner on second and out in the inning. Big spot here for Torres and the Conejo Oaks. He checks Pollock. His first pitch is on the inner half for a strike. Prospect game will again be here in Compton this season. 0-1 pitch. Blown away on ball one strike. That prospect game will be on the 10th of July at 7 p.m. Right in the middle of the All-Star break. Oaks have the 8th and 9th off of July. The 10th if you're not elected to the prospect game, and also Thursday the 11th. And the 1-1. Fastball ripped down the left field side. Pettis turned on it, but it's foul, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, there are definitely some players in the Oaks this year that deserve at least consideration for that game. Nico
Absolutely.
Lima has been fantastic. Justin Ammons has been fantastic. On the hill, Travis Weston and Carson Carter have both been stellar.
I think those are 4 likely faces that we'll see in the game. Probably a few more. Torres steps off. Last year's prospect game was just a Foresters and Oaks barrage. Torres sets. And the 1-2. Curveball. Roller to short. Baldovino has one play to first, and he beats Pettis by a step for the second out. Pettis got up the line quickly and advances Pollock to third. And here comes the catcher, Jacob Shinks, for his 4th plate appearance today. Started 0 for 2, then lined one right back to the pitcher, right off of Noah Matera in the 5th inning for a single. Matera had to be checked on for a few minutes. That was Shanks' 2nd hit of the season. Pollock on third. He's the go-ahead run, and a fastball is in there for a strike. Shanks took a good one right there. That was center cut right down Main Street. Torres a long look in. Now the 0-1 home. Another fastball outside, a ball and a strike. Chris Torres out of Moore Park College, 6 foot, 200. And the 1-1. Runs a heater back for another strike, and it's 1-2. So far, Shanks has kept the bat on his shoulder for 2 good fastballs. Maybe Torres mixes up his stuff here. The 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner on third. There's the breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Chris Torres' first strikeout of the game, and the Oaks throw a scoreless 7th inning. Chris Torres doesn't disappoint, unless you're a hitter, that is. No runs on a hit, no errors, a runner left on third. 8th inning when we return on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico Lima leads off the top of the 8th inning for the Conejo Oaks. J.P. Massey will replace Trevor Sutt on the mound for the Academy Barons. Sutt lasted an inning and 2/3, gave up a hit, no runs, didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 4 batters. J.P. Massey from Minnesota replaces him. 6'4" righty. First pitch to Lima is a breaking ball away. Massey out of Chicago, Illinois, 165 pounds. So far this season, 6 innings, a 4.50 ERA, and the 1-0 comes in and nails Lima, and he seems to be walking out of the box gingerly, now into a jog to first. That one doesn't feel good. Massey has been clocked around 94 this summer.
Stepping to the plate, designated hitter number 24, Jacob Castro.
But Lima, with speed on first, takes a sacrifice for this team. See if he steals second. Massey, a 4.50 ERA, has struck out 8 batters and only walked 2. Just finished his freshman season in Minnesota. Lima off of first. He takes a big lead, takes a secondary as the first pitch is low, and in the dirt to Jacob Castro. Lima, 7 for 9 stealing this season. That's also now 4 hit by pitches to Lima, which is tied with Raul Sandoval for the team lead. He takes off from first. The pitch is spiked and goes to the screen. Lima around second, trying to go to third, and he goes back to second and steals his 8th bag in 10 attempts on the season. He was halfway to second before J.P. Massey even started throwing home.
That was a massive jump from Lima. You see the speed, but you see the recognition right there. Nico Lima. That's big. Another runner in scoring position for Jacob Castro, who already has 2 RBIs today.
Yeah, he is 2 for 3 today. 2 balls, no strikes. By the way, Massey, a 5.40 ERA in 25 innings at Minnesota. 0-1, 15 appearances in 3 starts. Looks Lima back to second. He struck out 31 batters and walked 22. Opponents hit an abysmal 174 against him. It was the walks that came back and haunted him.
Already today, 4 pitches, 4 balls, including plunking Lima.
And a quick mound visit between Jacob Shanks, the catcher, and him. 2-0 to Jacob Castro in a tie ball game, 6-6. Oaks 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. The Barons 6 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors. On deck for the Conejo Oaks is Gabe Baldovino, the shortstop. Massey gets his sign. Castro waves his bat right back at him. The 2-0 is outside and gets away from Shanks again. Lima goes to third. So he's hit by a pitch. He steals second and advances to third on a pass ball. Some gifts for the Conejo Oaks here in the 8th inning. Now it's time for them to cash in.
And Jacob Massey, no control so far. Today, 5 pitches, 5 balls. Let Lima easily get a stolen base. And Jacob Castro right here. Have to imagine if he sees a fastball, anything in the strike zone, he's going to strike.
3-0, there's a heater. And he takes it for a strike. 3-1. Hey, it's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Hey, I would swing.
That's also why you're on the microphone. Clear stop sign situation. Come on now. 3 balls and a strike to Castro. Here's the pitch. Another fastball. This one on the outside edge for a called strike, and Castro almost laughs that one off. He thought that was clearly ball 4.
Maybe it would have been.
Instead, a full count, 3-2. Infield in for the Academy. And the payoff pitch, swing and a foul left side high in the air. And we'll do it again. MLB Youth Academy directly adjacent to Compton College. School that many of the community colleges that the Oaks play against. 3-2. The line, the kick to the delivery, fouled back again. Across the 9 o'clock hour now. 3-hour and 6-minute ball game so far.
Still 2 innings to go.
The third 3-2 pitch. Massey offers. He checks his swing, and that's a breaking ball low and inside. Runners on the corners, nobody out for Gabe Baldovino.
Now batting shortstop number 8, Gabe Baldovino.
Base on balls. The first given up by Massey. And the 7th walk of the game for the Academy Barons. It's been a game of wasted opportunities on both sides. The Academy, they've stranded 7. And the Oaks, they've stranded 11. Pardon me, that's 8 for the Academy now. And a first pitch foul off the bat of Baldovino. It's 0-1. Every game these two teams have played, evenly matched and thrilling. The Oaks took the first 2. The Barons the next 2. 0-1 pitch is down and away. A ball and a strike on a fastball that gets away from Massey. Casher off first, Lima off third. Lima was hit by a pitch, stole second, and advanced to third on a pass ball. The 1-1 home, high and tight, 2 balls and a strike. The Oaks officially 7-11 in the CCL, though they're down 4 in yesterday's suspended contest. And barring a miracle, will drop that one. The 2-1 fouled off on a nice 2-seamer at the back leg of Baldovino. 94 with some sink action. That's almost impossible to hit when it's located right there. Corners playing shallow, middle infield relatively shallow, and the 2-2 Baldovino slaps it the other way. Foul, but he got some pretty good barrel on it. And again, it's 2-2. Oaks fighting hard in this inning. Not letting the Barons take even an inch. Grinding out at-bats. And here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 fastball at the knees. That's nothing short of filthy. And a big strikeout for the Barons and J.P. Massey. Now they can get out of the inning on a double play ball. First strikeout for J.P. Massey and a dirty pitch.
Baldovino started the game 2 for 2 his last 3 times up in the 4th inning. Stranded the bases, or left the bases loaded, ended the inning. In the 6th, came on with 2 runners on and struck out looking. And here in the 8th, came on with 2 runners on and struck out looking.
Now Sandoval up. Sandoval takes outside. Raul entered today's game with 5 RBIs. Remains with 5. He's reached on 3 occasions today. 2 on fielder's choices and 1 on a walk. The other at-bat, he perhaps put his best swing on a baseball and lined out to shortstop. 1-0 to Massey. He's kept the ball down when he's been successful today. It's exactly what he's looking for. Both Anderson and Ortiz up the middle communicating, trying to turn an inning-ending double play. Sinking heater for a strike. 1-1. Every scout's gun is out on this outing for Massey. Throwing heat. The 1-1. Runner goes from first. Sandoval swings and fouls one off over to the right side and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Solis trying to pull the trigger there. Sneak a bag with Castro on first and get the Oaks out of a double play situation. Sandoval leads the team in strikeouts. His job is to get the ball in play. The 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Elevates a fastball and throws it right by Sandoval. 2 gone on 2 straight strikeouts from J.P. Massey.
The Oaks have been leaving the bases leaving runners on base all day. Here, get 2 on, no outs. Massey doing his best to get out of this inning, but for the Oaks, you cannot squander any more opportunities. They're running out of time.
And now here's Ramon Gomez trying to put the Oaks on top. Castro goes to second. And no throw from Jacob Shanks. I think he collided with Gomez as he was trying to throw to second, and he couldn't get the ball out. Stolen bag for Jacob Castro, now 2 in scoring position for the Conejo Oaks. 1-0 count, tied at 6 in the top of the 8th. Prime opportunity here. Now the set, and the 1-0 pitch goes to the screen. Coming in from third is Lima, and he scores the go-ahead run. It's the Oaks 7 and the Barons 6. Massey did a great job getting 2 outs. He struck out Baldovino and Sandoval, and he gives up the go-ahead run on a wild pitch.
Talk about Nico Lima. Reached on a hit by pitch, stole second, reached third on a pass ball, and scored on a wild pitch. That's manufacturing runs.
Castro to third. And a 2-0 count to Gomez. A fastball outside. It's 3-0. A run across for the Oaks. No hits so far in the inning. And a 3-0 count against Ramon Gomez. Gomez takes a strike. It's 3-1. 2 gone in the frame. Started off with a hit by pitch to Lima. He stole second, reached a third on a pass ball, and came around to score on a wild pitch. The 3-1 pitch, swinging a foul to the right side. That'll fill up the count. Castro walked after Lima, stole second, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and that's where he stands. Baldovino struck out looking, Sandoval swinging. And still, the Oaks lead 7-6. Here's the pitch. Ball in tight, and Massey has issued at his 3rd free pass of the inning and his 2nd base on balls. And runners on the corners for Alex. Actually, that's going to be Jalen Parks. Parks got the start yesterday at DH. He was 0 for 3 and walked in the 2nd. 2 flyouts to right and a strikeout swinging. This is Parks' first at-bat of the ball game. Takes a strike. Kamiko led off in this spot, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Alex Briggs pinch hit for him in the 7th and struck out looking. And then Parks came in to replace Kamiko defensively. He hits here in the 8th inning. High on a fastball. 1-1 strike, 2 outs. Gomez on first, Castro on third. Lima already across in the 1-1. Ripped to third. Pollock across the diamond. And that'll do it for the Oaks in the 8th. But they strike for the go-ahead run. They do that on no hits and no errors, and they leave runners on the corners. 7-6 Conejo. 2 more innings to get through on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, Oaks, a new lead, 7-6 over the Barons. And in comes the Cal Lutheran Kingsman, Clay Rickerman, to replace Chris Torres. Sean Blandino leads off for the Academy Barons. And the first pitch. Starts him off with an elevated heater. Blandino was late for it. In foul territory, Yamashiro reaches over the railing and brings it back for the first out of the inning. Didn't start at third, came in and replaced Will Pickett's. And the Oaks don't sacrifice any defense with that move, as Yamashiro makes a nice play for the first out of the frame.
Great defense today from the hot corner. Pickett's and now Yamashiro.
Top of the order with Trent Anderson. 0 for 3 of the walk and a run. Rickerman throws a heater for a strike. Inning and 2/3 for Torres, a hit. No runs, no walks, and he struck out a batter. That was Jacob Shanks, the catcher. And the 0-1. The wind and the fire. Ground ball to the right side. Charging is Gomez. Throws to first, and they get Anderson by about one step. 4-3 for the second out of the inning. And here comes the always dangerous Basil Williams.
Center fielder number 23, Basil Williams.
Williams Jr. has only one hit today, but it was a 2-run triple in the right center gap. That was just scorched. He struck out of the third looking and has walked his other 2 times up. Nobody on, 2 outs. That's the way to face him. Rickerman's offering is a breaking ball. Low in the dirt, Williams checks his swing, and it's 1-0. Clay Rickerman on the summer is 0-1. He has a team-high 2 saves. In fact, no other Oak has a save. In 11 2/3 innings, he has a 5.39 ERA. And time called by Williams Jr. He's looking for something he can drive and move the line to Channy Ortiz. And then, if possible, Kyle Freeman, who's hit the ball very solidly today. And the 1-0. Lifted left side. Could be in play. Suval over to the line, and he watches it fly into the bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Long ball game, and the Oaks are back in action tomorrow. That'll be a 6 o'clock start from Pasadena, the 3rd time the Oaks have been in Pasadena this summer. A ball and a strike. Nobody on, 2 away. And time is called by Williams Jr. He's having a conversation with the ump. Coach Solis comes out and argues because it's a 1-2 count. 0-2 count, excuse me. A lot of confusion on that one. Rickerman agrees with the sign from Parks. The kick and the pitch inside, and it caught Williams Jr. Not the guy you want to lose. He leads this team in stolen bases, and on an 0-2 pitch, he trots the first with a hit by pitch. His 3rd free pass today.
And this team, the Barons, we've seen them put up 2-out runs before. You don't want them to give them a chance, and with Williams on, they always have a chance.
See how big a lead he gets. See how Rickerman handles him. Rickerman checks. Williams Jr. an athletic stance off of first. And the first pitch is on the outside corner to Channy Ortiz. Ortiz, a single in the 5th inning. Part of a 1-for-4 performance. Rickerman checks. Williams takes another step off first. Parks sets away. Rickerman agrees. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but Basil Williams a team-high 11 steals. A ball and a strike. Now the set at the belt. Rickerman fires, swing, and a tapper foul. It's 1-2. 3 runs in the first inning for Conejo. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead after the third inning. A response in the fourth by the Barons made it 4-1. In the fifth, the Oaks got another, made it 5-1, and then a 5-run inning made it 6-5 Barons. Since the Oaks have added 2 to tie and then take the lead 7-6. The 1-2. A ground ball to the shortstop. Yamashiro can't field. He tosses back to second, and Williams Jr. is safe. Interesting play there. Baldovino went to cover second as Williams Jr. stole. It was a ground ball right at short, so Yamashiro had to veer all the way from his position at third to short to take the ball, and in doing so, bobbled. So there's 2 on with 2 out. The tying run is in scoring position. The go-ahead run is on first, and Kyle Freeman, who's 2 for 4, steps in. Last time up, he ripped a ball right into right field, where Raul Sandoval caught it and avoided the extra base hit. Coach Solis sensing the urgency here, out to speak to his right.
Basil Williams has been the Barons' best player today on the base paths, in the batter's box, as he often is. And here, in scoring position, Kyle Freeman, one of their big sluggers, up to the plate.
Meetings quick. Coach Solis trusting Rickerman. He's been the guy. 2 saves this summer. Was a reliever this past year on one of the most dominant Division III baseball programs nationally. Hoping to start next year. Good outing here would go a long way. No balls, no strikes to Freeman. The massive first baseman who has killed the Oaks so far this summer. Rickerman peers in to Parks, agrees with the sign. Checks Williams Jr. off second. Starts with a fastball. Ground ball to second. Into the glove of Gomez to first to Lima. 4-3. And the Oaks throw a scoreless 8th to get to the 9th. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 runners left on base. 7-6 Conejo to the 9th. And the Oaks will look for an insurance run. They'll bring up Suval, Ammons, and Yamashiro when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Aaron Suval on the top of the 9th inning for the Conejo Oaks. In his Oaks debut, he's reached base twice, once on an error, once on a walk, and in the other 2 plate appearances, flyouts to center and left field. The righty against the flamethrower. J.P. Massey, who gave up the go-ahead run in the 8th inning, largely because of his wild fastball, and the first pitch is in there. Didn't even give up a hit in that 8th inning, yet the Oaks took the lead. The 0-1 pitch to Saval, ground ball to shortstop, backhand stop. Ortiz easily over to first base. Boy, did he make that play look easy. One away.
Now batting center fielder.
We've seen the Oaks make mistakes on plays like that just yesterday. In the top of the 9th, Alex Briggs had a similar play at third, let the ball come in instead of attacking him, but real nice play by Channy Ortiz.
And Justin Ammons has had quite the game. 3 singles, one on the infield, one to left field, one to right field. He also walked and stole a bag today, and yet, despite the fact he's been on 4 times, he has not scored. Outside to the leadoff hitter, it's 1-0. "13 runners left on base for the Oaks at this point. And the 1-0 pitch is called a strike. Looks like Massey's settling in with that fastball. It's been clocked upwards of 93 today. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch curves outside at 74 miles an hour. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch. Ammons is late for that one, which is 91 on the inner half, 2-2, as he fouls that one off. Base is empty with an out. Caneo looking for an insurance run. Massey looking to keep the score as is and give his team a chance to walk off or tie the game in the bottom half. The 2-2 pitch to Ammo. Breaking ball from the sky drops in for a strikeout. The third of the day for J.P. Massey. And a nasty 12-6 break on that one.
Filthy. Filthy. Some moldy cheese right there. Yikes.
Ryan Yamashiro is next for Caneo. Struck out in the 7th. That was his first at-bat of the game. Replaced Will Pickett's at third base. Nobody on, 2 outs. Yamashiro lines that one to the other way. It's going way back to the track, and a backpedaling catch is made by Kendall Pettis for a 1-2-3 frame. J.P. Massey does his job in style, gets the Oaks down in order, and strikes out a batter. Bottom 9, where the Oaks will try and finish this one out. It's Clay Rickerman looking for his 3rd save of the season next on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 9th inning from MLB Youth Academy in Compton. We have a good one for you. It's the Oaks 7 and the Barons 6. Clay Rickerman not going for his third save. He's actually in line for the win instead, looking for a .500 record at 1-1. And the first pitch drops in for a strike to Logan Pollock, the third baseman out of Michigan. He's 1 for 4 today. Pop out, and a bunt out. The 0-1 pitch. Another curve, this one outside, a ball and a strike. It's 9:33. We've been playing baseball for nearly 3.5 hours. The 1-1. Line drive into right field. Sandoval towards the line makes the catch. One gone in the bottom of the ninth. And here comes Jalen Hurd.
Now batting designated
The
hitter
DH.
39, Jalen Hurd.
Came off the bench in the 5th inning and singled immediately to right field. Grounded out in the 7th. On deck is the dangerous Kendall Pettis, who has 2 singles today. Reckerman shielding his face with his glove. And the first pitch. Swung and a little looper into center. Ammons charging it, slides and makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Justin Ammons falls to his feet, takes a single away, and keeps the tying run off the bases. A big second out of the inning for Conejo. And the final hope for the Academy is Kendall Pettis, the right fielder.
What a fantastic catch right there. Justin Ammons slid, made that grab. That's potentially a double if you don't make that play, but he does. And now there's 2 down.
Kendall Pettis, 2 for 4. Shows bunt and pulls back. A breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Conejo and the Barons tied at 2 on the season series. Oaks trying to take the advantage. And the 0-1. The line, the kick, and the fire. Ground ball left side, foul. It's 0-2. And now Rickerman could go into his bag of tricks. Fastball, could elevate, could drop that curveball low and outside. He's got options. Base is empty. Defense straight away for the Oaks. 7-6, bottom of the ninth. And the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a grounder to second. Gomez loses the ball and it goes into right field. The second error of the game for Conejo. Wow, that would have ended this ball game, Zach, and that's not the time you want to make that error.
Now batting catcher number 10.
That's a play you have to make. I feel like we've read this story before. You got to make that play right there, and instead, you get Jacob Shanks up.
Jacob Shanks, 1 for 4. He struck out swinging last time up. Starting for Elizalde at catcher today. The tying run on first, and Rickerman steps off. Runner on first, 2 away. First pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Kendall Pettis has stolen 3 bags in 4 tries. Wonder if he pushes the envelope here. Jalen Parks is the catcher. No balls and a strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Rickerman agrees with Parks. Another breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Oaks finished this one. It would be one of their most resilient wins of the season. After giving up 5 runs in the lead in the 5th inning, they scored 2 runs to make it 7-6. Looking to complete this game. Now the set and the 0-2. Breaking ball. Got him swinging. Breaking ball down and away. And the Oaks take this one 6-5 in the 9th inning. The first strikeout for Clay Rickerman, and the Oaks move to 8-11 on the season. They take this one in Compton, and a great way to start the weekend, Zach.
I call that peanut butter and jelly, Jordan, and that's beautiful. Another win for Clay Rickerman. This was a game for both sides about missed opportunities, Jordan.
I count for the Barons. 12 runners left on base, including after they took the lead in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. And on the flip side, the Oaks left at least 13 on base. I believe it was 13. For both sides, you can't make those mistakes. And in games past, it's been the Oaks who make those mistakes late. The Barons honestly just made more. 3 errors. They leave all those runners on base. A couple swinging strikeouts to end the inning, and Clayton Rickerman gets the win. Nico Lima with some big hits. This is really a team win, and this is one of those wins that 2 wins in a row now, actually, because yesterday's game was suspended, although we'll get the answer to that later in July. But 2 wins in a row, 3 in their last 5. This could be a nice little jump for the Oaks to get them going as we head into the second half of the season.
It wasn't easy, but the Oaks got it done, and it'll make their bus ride back home just a little bit more pleasant. Back tomorrow on air for the Arroyo Seco Saints and Oaks from Pasadena. As always, Zach and I will have the call for you. We'll take the air around 5:50. Until then, we sign off and thank everybody who made this broadcast possible. The entire Barons team here who put us in the press box in a lovely spot, the Oaks and Coach Solis, and my broadcasting partner, Zach Engberg. I'm Jordan Brenner signing off. The Oaks take this one 6-5 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.